Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Warrior Stadium. This is Joe Pete. I'm with Brad Petro. We're the Kent State Educational Channel. We're bringing you tonight's game here at Warrior Stadium between the home team, the Edgewood Warriors, and the visiting team, the Jefferson Falcons. Both teams are struggling. Edgewood at 1-2, and Jefferson yet to get their first victory.
Well, I think tonight we're going to see a good matchup between the Falcons and the Warriors. One thing that Edgewood has to do is try to get off to a little bit quicker start tonight. Their first 3 games of the season, they have yet to be the first team to get on the scoreboard, and they only have 8 points all year in the first quarter. And one of the ways they're going to look to do that is to get the offense going with their big 3. Quarterback Josh Roberts, first of all, who had a great junior campaign, threw for over 1,000 yards, looking to get on track tonight. Their tailback Steve Vaught, leading ball carrier for them so far this year, has got 35 carries, and their tight end Kevin Sable. He's their big play guy on offense, and he's one of their leaders on defense. And they're going to need to look to these 3 guys to step up tonight.
Jefferson starting out the season 0-3. They've had some tough games, though, haven't they?
Yeah, I think their record's a little bit deceiving, 0-3. They started the season out playing Grand Valley, who's a big rival for them. They were down 14-13 at halftime, which is pretty respectable. And, Matt Baker and Dustin Olaf go out of the game with injuries for the rest of the game. Their second game of the season, they play Poland Seminary, who was 1999 was state champion. And last week, they lost a tough game to LeBray, but they were leading 36-24 going in the fourth quarter. Their young, inexperienced defense just couldn't hold the lead.
You talked about one of the key players in tonight's game, number 22 for Jefferson, Dustin Olaf. Olaf had a tremendous game last week against LeBray. He had 4 touchdowns. He had runs of 78 yards, 76 yards, 32 yards, 8 yards, and he also had a kickoff return of 75 yards. This is the guy that Edgewood needs to stop. They need to know where 22 is the whole night. They need to get a helmet on him. They need to key on him. They need to stop him. Jefferson also has had a big problem this year with their rushing defense. Coach Root explained to me earlier in the week, talking to him on the phone, he said that, they're really, really young. They had 7 sophomores starting on defense. He's making some adjustments this week, and they have to stop Edgewood's rushing game. That will be the key to tonight's game. We'll be back in a few moments with both head coaches.
Hi, I'm back with Edgewood High School head coach John Ashbaugh. Coach, coming in tonight's game, your team sits at 1-2. You've gotten off to somewhat of a slow start this season on the year, and you personally have made mention that your team has been slow to start games. You haven't been on the board first in any of your contests, and you've only scored 8 points so far in the first quarter of this season. What do you look to do tonight to try to get on track a little earlier?
Well, basically, up until now, I've been scripting plays, and we're not going to do that tonight. We've been looking to see what teams will do, how they'll play us, how they'll adjust to motion, how they'll adjust to this or that. We're not going to do nearly so much of that tonight. We're going to come out and run our basic stuff. We've worked on a very, very simple game plan this week, and just being able to run our basic, battery of plays, and we're just going to come right out and do that tonight.
Now you're facing a Jefferson team who is 0-3, yet to find their first victory in the season. They've been in every game with the exception of the second game against Poland. Last week, their running back Steve Ola accounted for 5 touchdowns. What's your team got to do tonight to try to contain him?
Well, the big thing that we like to try to do with a terrific back like him is to make sure that he's running east and west. We don't really try to widen our guys out and keep them in a box so much. We look to keep our guys in that box and force him, to the sideline, because we feel like as long as he's running towards the sidelines, he's not headed towards our end zone, and he's not running full speed. And as long as we can keep him away from his full speed stride, then we've got a lot better chance.
Now, offensively, you guys have struggled a little bit this year, but when you look to your offense, you start with the quarterback Josh Roberts, who's an experienced veteran. He threw for over 1,000 yards last year. You do have a workhorse in Steve Vaught at tailback, who's carried the ball over 35 times this year, and your big tight end, Kevin Sable. What are you guys going to do tonight to get these guys involved and try to put up some more points tonight?
Well, we really want to mix it up, run and pass. We really like to establish something between the tackles first, and that's something where we haven't been successful in 3 games, and that's had a lot to do with why we're 1-2. So we're looking to establish everything from the inside out tonight, and then maybe go to the air later on.
Okay. Well, the good thing about tonight is starts a new season, the NEC. You're 0-0 in the NEC, and see if we can get on track tonight. And good luck, Coach.
Thank you.
We're back. This is the Kent State Educational Channel 29. We're back at Warrior Stadium. I'm happy to have with me tonight's visiting coach, Coach Jason Root. Your first year, you had a tough start so far. You're 0-3, but you've had some good signs.
Yeah, we came out and played a real tough 2 quarters against Grand Valley. We lost a lot of key people, Dustin Ola, Matt Baker, and about 4 people. And we were even when we were at full strength. Ended up losing that game in the second half. Played a real tough team in Poland when we still weren't 100%. And last week had an excellent offensive output, and the defense just allowed 40 points.
I noticed last week on the defensive side of the ball, you gave up a lot of yards rushing to LeBray. What are you doing to correct that this week?
Well, first of all, we made a few personnel changes. And, for example, we're bringing Nick Aliff from inside backer down to defensive tackle. Just stressing the basics, though. That's what's been beating us so far, the basic things, getting trapped, ends not stepping down, missed tackles, and so on.
As far as last week's game against LeBray goes, you gave up a lot of points, but you also scored a lot of points. And the big reason why you scored a lot of points is number 22, Dustin Ola, 4 touchdowns and a kick return for a touchdown. He's just an outstanding NEC football player.
Yeah, and we definitely weren't surprised. That's what we've been expecting out of Dustin all year, and we like to put him in a position to score. We'll put him in whatever position we can that's going to benefit us, and he really had a great game last week. But the important thing is we need the other players to step up as well, because we know that people are going to be keying on him.
And tonight you come into Warrior Stadium, the Hoadley Cup's on the line. This is your first year as head coach. What do you think of the Edgewood Warriors tonight?
They're a team I'd say about equal to us in talent. They have a real good quarterback in Josh Roberts, very nice arm. He runs the ball well. We have to worry about pressuring him and containing him. But first of all, as in any game, we got to control the ball at the line of scrimmage first.
And lastly, how's the injury situation? Is everybody healthy tonight? And also, are the kids pumped up about this Hoadley Cup?
Yeah, they're pumped up mostly because it's the first NEC game of the year. They realize if we win tonight, we're in first place in the league, regardless of what's happened the first 3 games, and they're going to be ready to play.
On behalf of Kent State Educational Channel, Coach Root, we want to wish you good luck tonight, and good luck. Have a good game.
Thank you very much.
We're back, ladies and gentlemen, for tonight's Northeastern Conference matchup between the home team, Edgewood Warriors, and the visiting Falcons from Jefferson. It's a beautiful night for football here at Warrior Stadium. You played a few games here at Warrior Stadium. You know what these kids are, what's going through their mind right now, Brad?
Yes, I did. This is a perfect night for football, and as soon as that sun goes down, it's going to get a little bit cool and crisp, and no better weather than to play in than that.
Tim Anderson, they averaged 1.
Starters for tonight?
Well, while we were away, we had a coin toss, and Jefferson Falcons won the toss. They elected to receive. They will start on offense. Starting for the Falcons on offense, their offensive line looks like this. Brian Stainfield, 180-pound sophomore at tackle. Guard Tim McCoon, 165-pound senior. At center, Garrett Nash, 195-pound right guard. Number 50, Nick Aliff, a 210-pound junior. And right tackle, number 66, Bill Malish, a 265-pound junior. The tight end is number 11, Ryan Aliff, a 195-pound sophomore. Quarterback is number 2, Matt Baker, a 205-pound senior. At one wideout, number 7, Zach Dennis, 155-pound sophomore. At the other wideout, number 3, Nate Franley, 155-pound junior. The fullback is number 36, Tom Lemire, 175-pound senior. And their tailback, number 22, Dustin Ola, 170-pound senior. They'll line up against the Warrior defense, starting on the defensive line for the Warriors. Number 51, Chad Armstrong, a 6'2", 215-pound senior. Number 52, Joe Colby, a 6'3", 285-pound junior. Number 66, Brandon Porter, a 6', 235-pound junior. And number 24, Rob Dascoli, a 6'2", 210 junior. Linebackers, number 26, Mark Wood, a 5'8", 200-pound senior. Number 54, Tim Anderson, a 5'9", 185-pound senior. And number 57, Drew Sheneman, 6'3", 200-pound junior. The defensive backs are number 7, Kevin Sable, a 6'1", 175-pound senior. Number 28, Brian McLeod, a 5'9", 160-pound senior. Number 2, Josh Roberts, a 5'10", 155-pound senior. And number 1, Steve Ott, a 5'10", 150-pound senior.
And we're waiting for the teams to take the field tonight, and we talked about in pregame about Dustin Ola, number 22 for Jefferson. A 75-yard kickoff return for a touchdown last week. He also had TD runs of 32, 8, 78, 6. He had 22 carries for 263 yards. And I'll tell you what, Edgewood needs to know where he's at tonight, Brad.
Yeah, on the year so far this year, Dustin Ola, over 280 yards rushing, and when you think about that, he only played half of the first game. He was injured, only played the first half of that game. So he can rack up some stats quickly.
And Jefferson had a hard time throwing the ball last week, completing only 4 of like 24 passes. Quarterback Baker needs to get the ball. He's got a lot of good young receivers out there. He needs to throw the ball a little bit better, take some pressure off Ola tonight.
Now, the good thing about Matt is in talking to some of the Jefferson coaches, is he does throw a good football. He throws the ball where it needs to be thrown. And last week his stats won't indicate it, 4 of 21, but he was a victim of a lot of drop passes. And tonight, if those kids can hang on to the ball and Matt can continue to put it where he needs to, the Falcons may not have trouble moving the ball against a young Edgewood defense.
You talk about the Warriors, it all starts with the quarterback, the senior, number 10, Josh Roberts. Josh, as you mentioned earlier, had 1,000 yards last year, and he's getting out. He's struggling a little bit this year, but he's a real good player.
Yeah, talking with Coach Ashbaugh, Josh is a veteran. He started last year, threw for over 1,000 yards as a junior. He's got over 350 yards passing, but the stats aren't where he'd like to be. He's turned the ball over. Last week he turned it over 5 times, but he's a veteran, and the coaches aren't going to have any problem calling his number when they need to, and Josh is not going to have any problem rebounding from a game.
And we mentioned Jefferson last week against the Bray had a hard time stopping the run. The running backs for Edgewood are Steve Ott and Rob Dascoli, and obviously Coach Ashbaugh is going to try to run the ball down their throat tonight.
Yeah, that was one thing he did mention. They're going to go back to the basics tonight. They're going to run the ball. They're going to run it right at them. And one thing Edgewood does is they spread it around. They've had 7 different running backs carry the ball so far this year in the first 3 games. And receiving-wise, they've had 9 different receivers catch a pass so far this year. So you really, if you're Jefferson, you really can't key on just one guy. There's a lot of different weapons that Edgewood can bring at you. But like Coach Ashbaugh said, they're going to get back to the basics tonight. They're going to run it right at you and force you to stop them.
And the Warriors are getting ready to take the field. And, they have an awesome band here at Edgewood. I'll tell you what, they got to have 75, 100 strong here. And they have the patriotic banners out with the balloons and the God Bless America. And here come the Warriors. I've been coming down here a lot of years, and I still get goosebumps when I hear that fight song out there. That's got to be one of the best all-time fight songs around.
Yeah, I had the opportunity to play here for 4 years, and it's my alma mater. And when I used to run on the field to that fight song, and even now sitting in the stands or sitting in the press box, you still get chills listening to that song.
So we're almost ready to go here for tonight's first Northeastern Conference matchup between the home team, Edgewood Warriors, and the visiting Falcons from Jefferson. Jefferson 0-3 and Edgewood 1-2. Let's talk about the referees for tonight's game, Brad.
Tonight's officials, referee Alan Cascolia. The umpire is Mike Craffey. Head linesman is Mark Dobbinspec. The line judge is Phil Garsha, who will be your halftime guest tonight. And the back judge tonight is Brad Marinchak.
Those guys have been refereeing for a long time, and they do an outstanding job. As the teams are almost ready to take the field, here comes the Falcons. Get a look at Mike Craffey and Brad Marinchak there.
One note of interest on tonight's game. Tonight's game will be for the Edgewood P. Hoadley Cup, which currently sits at Edgewood after their victory last year, 26-14. This is the 50th matchup between these two. So the winner tonight will get to take that trophy home to their trophy case for the next year.
Jefferson is going to receive this kick. That's number 7, Zach Dennis, back deep. And number 4, Matt Mahokey for the Falcons. And number 22, Dustin Ola.
Number 88, Jonas Martok, kickoff for the Warriors. Back deep for the Falcons, number 7, Zach Dennis, and number 4, Matt Mahokey.
Kicking for the Warriors, Jonas Marcock. He's a foreign exchange student.
It's a foreign exchange student from Germany. He also plays soccer, comes out and kicks for the Warriors.
Here we go. High kick taken by number 43. That's Brandon Beebe. He's to about the 33-yard line.
Number 24, Rob Dascoli, makes a stop for the Warriors.
Rob Dascoli, number 24, on the tackle for the Warriors, and you'll hear Dascoli's name quite a bit tonight. Number 24 does an excellent job for the Warriors. Defensive end, he was all-county last year. Loves to sack that quarterback.
Jefferson, the ball on their own 32.
Looks like the Falcons are going to start the first drive tonight from their own 32.
Ola deep at the tail. Here's Baker. There's Ola going around the right side. He's got some room. Knocked out of bounds at about the 40-yard line.
Ola was able to get outside around that corner outside of linebacker or defensive back out there, Brian McLeod.
He gained 7 yards. It's going to be 2nd and 3 for the Falcons. Jefferson coming out in that I formation, looking to run the ball. Straight up the middle, Lemire got a big hole, down to the 50. He's got a gap, 40, 30, 20, 10, tackles him at the goal line, saves a touchdown, down to about the 4-yard line, and a flag down way back yonder at about the 43-yard line. That's probably coming back, Brad.
It looks like it is coming back. Looks like the Falcons are marching their way backwards. That will negate about a 57-yard run.
It was a quick hitter right up the middle. Lemire took the handoff, so it could surprise the Warriors a little bit. And he took it to the outside, and it was a race to the finish. And Ott saved the touchdown, but it's coming back. It's all for naught.
I think obviously that'll show on that play there. The Warriors are really looking for where Mr. Ola's going tonight, and neglected to pay attention to the fullback there, Tom Lemire.
Lemire's done a good job for the Falcons this year. He runs the ball hard. He plays on defense. He's an inside linebacker. He had an injury, finger problem, a tendon, and the doctor gave him a chance to end the season now and have a surgery or play the rest of the year. And he might have to have a couple surgeries, and being a tough kid that he is, he decided to take the 2 surgeries. So that tells you what kind of football player he is. That's going to back the Falcons back to about the 27-yard line. It's going to be 2nd and 16. Baker under center. Quick pitch out to Ola, going around left end. Turn the corner about the 37-yard line.
Host of Warriors on that tackle, Tim Anderson, Drew Sheneman.
And Roberts came up from his safety spot. Roberts a two-way player, also a quarterback, and he's also playing safety tonight for the Warriors, and he came up and helped out in that tackle. It's going to be 3rd and 5 for the Falcons. What do you think, a little throw here?
Tell you what, Ola's lined up about 10 yards in the backfield.
It's going to be Ola on a delay. Edgewood's going to stuff that out and knock him backwards.
Not sure if that play is designed to be like that. With Ola that far in the backfield, the Edgewood backers and defensive back can really read which way that play's going.
And Armstrong and Dascoli came up and made the stop. It's going to be 4th down for the Falcons. He didn't gain anything on that.
A play 3rd and 5 like that takes too long to develop.
Josh Roberts back deep for the Warriors.
25-yard line.
Ola's going to punt for the Falcons. It's going to be 4th and 5 with 10 minutes and 5 seconds to go here in the first quarter at Corlew Stadium. Got to stop a play. It's going to be a timeout for the Falcons.
While we get a second here, let's take a look at the Edgewood cheerleaders tonight. They're led by the Warriorette, Kim Phillips. Others include Jennifer Hadlock, Jessica Hoback, Kristen Lavecchia, Missy Pete, Katie Phillips, Caitlin Simmons, and Barbie Tate. And the JV cheerleaders, Ella Facello, Barb Patchen, Stephanie Powell, Katie Roller, Jenna Sed, and Julianne Sharp. And they always do a very nice job for the Warriors.
You look at Jefferson's schedule, starting out against Grand Valley. It was a tough game. They were actually only down by a point at halftime. Then they had a couple guys get hurt, and they had to play Poland, and that's a powerhouse up in the Youngstown area.
Yeah, I talked to one of the Falcon coaches, and Poland was just huge. Too many kids, pretty much way outmanned the Falcons.
Ready, back. Ola going to kick the lefty, end over end. That's going to be taken by Sable's. Got a hole up the middle, breaking away, going down to the 40, and the inside Falcon territory at the 38-yard line. Right up the gut there. Nice move. And he took straight towards the end zone. Nice run by Kevin Sable, number 7. The senior co-captain and leader of the Edgewood Warrior team, and he's a big player for the Warriors tonight. They have to get him the ball.
Yeah, they got to do what they can to get him the ball. He comes out of the tight end spot, and they've been able to do it, with some successful so far this year, and they got to continue to do so.
Here comes Josh Roberts, the quarterback. Comes that isolation play. That's going leading the way. Odd around left end. Got the first down. Going to go out of bounds at about the 29-yard line. It's going to be, I believe he got the first down.
It's going to be close.
It's going to be real close.
Well, we got a second here. Let's go over the Edgewood starting offensive line. We got number 66, Brandon Porter. Number 54, Tim Anderson. Number 64, Joe Gable. Number 51, Chad Armstrong. And number 57, Drew Sheneman. And as we said, the tight end is number 7, Kevin Sable.
Look for the fullback here. Nope, it's going to be Ott. Off tackle. First down to about the 25-yard line. Chains are moving for the Warriors, and they're knocking at the door here in Jefferson Falcon territory in the first quarter. Here at Corlew Stadium with 9 minutes and 39 seconds to go in the first quarter. We're the Kent State Educational Channel. I'm Joe Pete with Brad Petro, and it's a beautiful night for football. 1st and 10 for the Warriors. I don't see any reason why Edgewood would stop running the ball here. And that's what they're going to do. Again, that isolation play. Nice play there by Jefferson. Number 66, Bill Malish, the first hit, and 36, Lemire finished him off. And if he got one, he's lucky.
To finish up the Edgewood backfield here, obviously the quarterback, number 2, Josh Roberts. The fullback is number 24, Rob Dascoli. Tailback, number 1, Steve Ott. Number 13, Jeff Scardino at left end. And number 9, Sean Dunn at right end.
That's Dunn in motion, number 9. Roberts going to throw that slant. Nice job. Got a man. Looks like number 13, Jeff Scardino. Dennis on the coverage, and Scardino made a nice route for that little slant in and put it right on the money.
Yeah, that's a quick hitter, and that's exactly where you got to throw it. You got to keep it down. See a lot of them passes get tipped and inevitably picked off. Nice pass there by Josh Roberts.
Edgewood at the 11-yard line of the Falcons. Be 1st and 10. They can still get a first down in that I formation. Dunn split right, wide. Here comes out in the misdirection play. Got a big hole there. And he's down inside the 10 to about the 8-yard line. Number 11, Ryan Aliff on the stop. Stayed at home and made a nice play for the Falcons. Aliff only a sophomore, and again, we talked about the young defense of the Jefferson Falcons. A lot of sophomores starting tonight for the Falcons. The future looks bright for them as far as that goes, because a lot of guys were able to get varsity experience, and that's the name of the game.
Yeah, they're starting 5 sophomores on defense. On offense, they start 4 sophomores, and their center's a freshman. So a lot of young guys.
2nd and 8 for the Warriors. Here comes Dascoli up the gut, right up the middle. And he's going all the way down inside the 3-yard line, and a touchdown!
Dascoli actually fumbled the ball there, and looked like it was recovered by number 13, Jeff Scardino. That was a fumble there by Dascoli, and it was recovered by Jeff Scardino for the touchdown.
Well, if we had Jeff Scardino in our fantasy league, we'd be getting an easy 6 points there. Dascoli did all the work, and Scardino is going to get all the credit. Kicks up and good.
Tell you what, this foreign exchange student here, Johannes Marzak, I believe that is how you pronounce the name. If it's incorrect, I apologize, but this kid's got a heck of a foot. And Coach Ashbaugh said, a couple times on a kickoff, he can't put the ball into the end zone, which is pretty rare to see in high school football.
Kicked that one about 40 yards. And Edgewood did what they had to do. They get out on top early, and that's been a problem they've had all year. Striking early, and that's a good sign for Coach Ashbaugh here tonight as we get a look at the Edgewood fight song and the cheerleaders here. And assistant coaches for the Edgewood Warriors: Jim Mackey, Steve Deemer, Ed Dick, Paul Cox, Greg Baker, and Rodney Arts. And we'll be televising again on October 12th at Edgewood, again at Lakeside, and also on October 26th, Geneva here, the last game of the year. And next week we'll be at Lakeside High School, and Wycliffe comes to Ashtabula, and that ought to be a great game. So it's Edgewood on the board early here, 7-0.
Edgewood looked like get the Falcons a little off balance here, line up in the onside kick formation, and then get set in a traditional kickoff formation.
Zach Dennis in the middle for the Falcons. Ola on the side. Looks like Ola's going to take it at about the 6-yard line. And the ball's loose. Oh my, he's got to get out of there. He almost had a knee down, brings it over to the 5. The ball could be loose.
Tell you what, just as we mentioned, you don't know what kind of weapon it is when you have a kicker that can put the ball that deep. High school kids aren't really accustomed to having to stand back to the goal line to catch the ball to return it.
And Ola had some problems, as you mentioned, and he did a good job by getting the ball out of the end zone. His knee was close to being down there at the 1-yard line, and they're going to start out at the 9-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Falcons with 7 minutes and 34 seconds to go here in the first quarter. It's Edgewood 7, Jefferson 0. Ola in the eye.
Split backs.
You're right, split backs. It's going to be up the middle, Lemire. Nice little play there. Little trap.
Jefferson has a couple different offensive formations they'll come out in. Obviously, we've seen them in the eye in the first series, and here they're split backs with a little wing action.
Got a chance to watch the game last week against the Bray, and their offense is very diversified. But they love to get the ball to number 22. 2nd and 3 for the Falcons. Look for Ola here. Edgewood's very aware where he's at, and here he comes. Off tackle, he's got a big hole. 1st down, Jefferson.
Brought down there by Mark Wood, number 26, and number 1, Steve Ott.
Mark Wood had a real good game last week for the Warriors. Was involved in a lot of tackles. Now that's a good start now for Jefferson, coming out and getting that 1st down early. They got to keep the clock. They got to get some position here, because if they don't, they're going to be in big trouble. Ola split deep in the eye. Baker. 1st and 10. Little delay. Here comes Ola around left end. He's not going to get much at all.
They'll pick up about 2 or 3 yards on that play.
Dascoli and number 57, Drew Sheneman, a 6'3", 200-pound junior, in on the play for the Warriors. And Sheneman is the leading tackler for the Warriors this year. Doing a real nice job for Coach John Ashbaugh. That's going to bring up 2nd and 8 for the Falcons. This is a big play, and they're at their own 23-yard line. Need to get some 1st downs here and get some decent field position. Split back offense. We got a.
Typically, that's somebody lined up on the wrong side. Coaches hate them penalties.
Looks like it's going against Edgewood. Offsides, that's what it's going to be. It's going to give Jefferson 5 yards, make it 2nd and 3. That's a big play. You just can't afford to do that stuff coming out like this. I mean, it's just, you got to line up on side of the ball.
Yeah, if you're the Warriors, you caught a break on the penalty. The Falcons had on that long run. Jefferson was looking at 1st and goal, and then you take over on the punt, and you go down and you score, and total momentum shift, and you can't afford to give it back, especially with penalties.
Lemire, Ola, the split back formation. Baker at the quarterback. 2nd and 4. Fullback dive, Lemire, right up the gut. He's close to the first down. I think he has it. Number 66, Brandon Porter, the 6 foot, 235-pound junior, made a nice play there from his defensive line position for the Warriors. Warriors start 3 juniors up front with Colby, Porter, and Dascoli. So that's going to make it 2nd and 4. There was a flag down, but they're going to pick it up. So we're here at Corlew Stadium with 5 minutes and 32 seconds to go in the first quarter. Edgewood 7, Jefferson 0. I'm Joe Pete with Brad Petro, the Kent State Educational Channel. It's a beautiful night for football for tonight's first Northeastern Conference matchup. Jefferson moving the chains here. It's 1st and 10 in the eye. Have yet to see Jefferson throw the ball. Baker going to give to Ola. Slipped the ball, came loose. I think he picked it up. He's going to lose some yardage there, down back to the 32-yard line. Shannon and McLeod on the play for the Warriors. They came up fast. That could have been disastrous for the Falcons. It's going to be 2nd and 14.
Ola, I think, took his eye off the ball a little bit there. Got pretty lucky that the ball happened to just bounce right up back into his hands.
I like how Coach Roots tried to use that fullback a little bit with those traps and those dives, trying to keep the Edgewood defense honest. Facing 2nd and 14. Here comes Baker back to pass. Looking for number 14. Jason Shadle, 44, excuse me.
Tell you what, pressure put on there by number 28, Brian McLeod, really forced Baker to throw the ball before he had his feet set.
It's going to bring up a big 3rd down and 14 for the Falcons. And I think you got to throw the ball here.
You got 4:27 to go in the first quarter, and you're down 7-0, and you need a 1st down to keep this drive going.
Watch for a little trickery. They'd like to do shovel passes, halfback passes here. Anything's possible with this Falcon offense. Baker looking for that quick pitch, going to throw it off to Ola. He's going to lose yardage. He is drilled.
They're going to say he dropped the ball. It's going to be incomplete.
Number 51, Chad Armstrong, just drilled Ola on that play. That's going to bring up a big 4th down now for the Falcons. They're going to have to punt deep in their own territory. And Edgewood looks like they're in the driver's seat so far tonight. Their defense is playing well.
That was one of the things that Coach Asbach couldn't stress on enough, was they had to come out and get off to a good start, and they did that on the first series, scoring a touchdown, and then come back right back again and stop the Falcons. They're going to get the ball back here.
Back to receive the punt, Sable. And Ott. High kick. Oh, it hit a Warrior. That's going to be Jefferson ball at the 45-yard line. Big play. You know, your coach always tells you when you punt the ball, you got to get out of the way. And he just kept running, and the ball hit him square in the shoulder pads. He was looked like he was engaged with a Falcon there blocking, and those guys that are back there deep got to be able to yell some word, fire or something, to let them guys know that the ball's coming up short, and they're not going to catch it. So typically, guys scatter, they'll run to the sidelines, they'll do whatever they got to do, but they'll be aware that the ball's coming down quickly. So big turnover there for the Warriors, and Jefferson's going to have 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Here comes that pitch back to Ola, going around the right side. He's going to be tackled. He might have got one. Drew Sheneman came up and made an outstanding play. And again, we talked about the junior linebacker for the Warriors doing a nice job here tonight so far. 6'3", 200. He's got some size. He's only a junior, and he's played real well this year.
Sheneman is one of the leaders on the Warrior defense.
Here comes the Falcons. 2nd and 9. Right up the middle. Lemire might have got 1 or 2. 26, Mark Wood, came up on the play and stopped him right in his tracks. And Jefferson a little bit conservative here. They're looking at a big 3rd and 9. You got to come out and do something a little different here. Got to shake things up.
Yeah, you just got a big turnover there. You don't want to go 3 and out.
yards. Down an 8.
Got some decent little athletes in Zach Dennis and Franley and Aliff, the receivers. Got to throw the ball a little bit here. Baker going to give to Ola. Nothing there. Great play by number 54, Tim Anderson. Anderson with the cast on his arm came up and just stuck that play out. And I'm not sure I agree with that call at 3rd and 9. Wow.
If Anderson doesn't make that tackle,
7-yard line.
Jefferson was looking at a nice gain there with that play.
But he stuffed it out, and they're going to have to punt. Ola, the lefty. End over end kick. Got to get out of the way. Oh, it hit a Warrior again.
I believe that hit a Falcon.
Let's see what they call. You're right. It hit a Jefferson player. And Edgewood's going to take over on downs. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line. 2:19 to go in the first quarter here. Another big game tonight. We have Lakeside going out to Painesville to play Harvey. That ought to be interesting as both teams start their Northeastern Conference matchups. That should be a good one. Lakeside on a 3-0 run right now. Edgewood going to come out 1st and 10. Roberts going to roll, looking deep, looking for Sable. Got him wide open, and right off his hands at about the 48-yard line. You got to catch that one.
Roberts couldn't have laid that pass in there any softer, any better, and I think Sable was looking to run before he had the ball.
I'll tell you what, Sable made a nice out pattern there on the outside, and he burned number 7, Zach Dennis. That was a big play for the Warriors, and again, the mistakes are just tough to overcome down there. You got to make that catch.
When you're a young team and you're looking to get something going and try to get some momentum going, those kind of drop passes and penalties or setbacks that you can't afford.
2 minutes and 13 seconds to go. Going to be 2nd and 10 for the Warriors. Here comes a reverse. It's going to be a fake, and Ott's going to be stopped for. And he broke a couple tackles going on the outside. Knocked out of bounds at about the 47-yard line. And Jefferson did not do a good job of wrapping him up, and the 2 guys had him in the backfield, and they just could not make a tackle.
You got to give the credit to Steve Ott there. Broke a couple tackles in the backfield and turned what looked like a definite loss into a 1st down. Gained about 12 on that play, looked like.
Big play for the Warriors. Steve Ott, number 1, the senior.
Steve Ott's a leading ball carrier for the Warriors on the season.
Did a real nice job breaking the tackles, as you said. Edgewood's going to come out in that 1-back offense here. Straight back, looking for the outside. Got a man. Complete.
Number 9, Sean Dunn.
Sean Dunn at about the 45-yard line of Jefferson as they go into 44-yard line. Check that as they go into Jefferson Falcon territory with 1 minute and 20 seconds to go in the first quarter. Got a good ball game so far. It's Edgewood 7, Jefferson 0. Gain of about 8 yards. Going to be 2nd and 2. Edgewood coming out in that eye. That's Dascoli and Ott. Josh Roberts. Just a beautiful night here at Corlew Stadium. That's going to be the big fullback running hard for that 1st down, number 24, Rob Dascoli. Inside the 40-yard line down to about the 37-yard line. 1st and 10. And the Warriors are on the drive again. We're under a minute to go in the first quarter. Edgewood running the ball with some success here now. Roberts keeping him off balance with a couple passes, doing a good job. I like the call. Fullback running hard. 1st and 10. In the eye. Comes that belly again to the fullback, and he's running hard. Number 24, Rob Dascoli again.
It's like about a pickup of 6 there.
Aliff, number 15, on the play for the Falcons. But it's too many yards. The Jefferson defense giving up too many yards as we're down to about 14 seconds to go in the first quarter. They're going to get one more play off. 2nd and 4. for the Warriors. Fake. Here comes Ott on the left side. He's inside the 30. Nice little delay there. A little fake to the fullback. Give to the tailback going on the left side.
Nice tackle there by number 22, Dustin Olaf for the Falcons.
That's going to be the end of the first quarter with our score. Edgewood 7, Jefferson 0.
Well, we got a second here. I would like to make mention, with everything going on around the nation, before the game we did, the band observed a moment of silence prior to the playing of the national anthem, and the Edgewood athletic boosters tonight are donating the proceeds from the 50-50 raffle. Those proceeds are going to go to the relief effort taking place in New York and in Washington, D.C.
Just an unbelievable situation over there, and our hearts are definitely with those families and those victims, and hopefully we're going to become a better country because of that. Well, the annual battle, the Hoagie Cup, the Hoadley Cup here is turning into a pretty good game. It's 7-0 Edgewood so far, and Coach Jason Root for the Jefferson Falcons actually went to PV High School, played for Coach Ken Parise, who's here in the stands tonight. And he also coached with Parise and looks to Parise as a mentor. And the reason why Coach Parise is here tonight is because their game with Burlington, Ontario was canceled due to the fact that the Canadian team couldn't probably make it over with all the travel with the border and stuff. So we're ready to go here, beginning of the second quarter. Edgewood, 1st and 10.
Check, that's about 3rd and 1.
Excuse me, 3rd and 1, and Dascoli going right up the middle, almost down to the 10-yard line. Easily picks up the first down. And Edgewood's knocking on the door again. Rob Dascoli's having a good night on offense. And Dascoli's averaging about 3 yards a carry this year. 1st and 10. Dascoli is going to be a fake. Dascoli going around left side inside the 10. Nice play.
Nice play by number 8.
That's Abe Woodard, the sophomore, number 8, and he saved the touchdown. There was nobody else around, and Woodard is actually came up and made a nice play.
Edgewood showing a little bit of an option game there.
It's going to be 2nd and 8, gain of about 2, and Edgewood's coming out in that eye. Roberts going to roll right, looking for the corner of the end zone. Got a man wide open, done. No good. Zach Dennis on the coverage, and it was close to a catchable ball.
Roberts had 2 choices out there. He had Dunn going to the corner, and he had Sable right underneath him, and threw the ball out only where Dunn could catch it, and the defensive player made a good play to knock it down.
10 minutes and 58 seconds to go in the second quarter. 3rd and 8 passing situation for the Warriors. Split backs. Going right up the middle. Dascoli, that belly again, and he's going to be stopped. Ball comes out, and Jefferson, I believe, is going to recover.
Recovered, I believe, by Jefferson.
Let's wait for the call.
It looks like Steve Ott got underneath there and recovered that fumble. Edgewood's going to keep possession.
And that's a big recovery. Good job there getting to that ball.
That's not something the coach wants to see out of Dascoli. When you got the ball down there, in scoring range like that, and you got a kicker like or you got a kicker like Jonas Merenchak that can hit from appears to be pretty much anywhere on the field in terms of distance. You want to keep possession there and give yourself a chance to get the 3.
It's going to be a 30-yard field goal attempt for number 88. And good snap, kick, up, got the distance, and good. Edgewood jumps out now to a 10-0 lead with 10 minutes and 4 seconds to go in the first half. Again, our halftime guest will be official Phil Garcia, who's actually doing the game tonight, and I'm sure he'll give us some good insight on officiating. PV goes to Geneva tonight. Both teams 0-3. Geneva had their quarterback Tommy Davidson was out last week. I think he's returning this week. PV really down on numbers.
Yeah, it's tough for them, and you read about it in the Star Beacon pretty much weekly. Tough for them to compete with some of these NEC teams with the numbers that they get out for their sporting teams.
Madison also going to play a tough game with Austintown Fitch, the Youngstown team. They're always tough. That's always going to be a good game. And Madison jumping out to a 3-0 start, and they look really good. We were here last week at Coraloo Stadium, and Madison got a big offensive line.
Yeah, Madison got good numbers out for their team. They got a good defense, really good offense, and played here last week and beat the Warriors.
Edgewood ready to kick from the 40-yard line. That's Ola back deep for the Falcons. And Jefferson needs to sustain a drive. Good kick down to about the 15, taken by Ola right up the middle. He's coming straight ahead. And he's going to be stuffed at about the 33-yard line by the Warriors. Number 17, Kyle Evans in on that play for the Warriors. Going to be 1st and 10, Jefferson.
Just under 10 minutes to go in the second quarter. Edgewood leads 10-0.
We mentioned last week Roberts was 10 for 23 and for 104 yards. And Edgewood doing a real nice job of mixing up the pass and the run. Jefferson needs to get some first downs and try to get the ball into scoring position. Here comes Baker, going to give to Ola, and he's going to be stopped for a loss. Nice play by number 52. Joe Colby. And he's going to lose.
Colby, 685-pound junior.
He's a big boy, and he made a nice play on that. And Jefferson needs to open up this offense a little bit, I think, and start looking to throw the ball a little bit on first down. And looks like Edgewood's doing a real nice job so far, stopping that run on number 22, Dustin Ola. Looks like their game plan is, they're executing exactly what they want to do. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 11 for Jefferson. Baker. Right up the middle, Lemire, number 36. There's a late flag coming in from the outside. Let's wait to get that call from referee Alan Casiola. He's talking to the Jefferson captain, so it's going to be against Edgewood.
Face mask.
Face mask is going to move the Falcons up 5. They changed that rule.
Like the NFL now.
Yeah, it's 15 if they yank on it and 5 if they touch it, right?
5 if they just touch it.
So that's going to give Jefferson some positive yardage. 2nd and about 4 to go. Split backs for the Falcons. Here comes that. Oh, the ball's loose on the ground. It's still rolling around down there. Let's see who has it.
It's like a rugby scrum.
Looks like Jefferson recovered it, and they're lucky. Looked like a little misdirection play that went awry there, and
yeah, it looked like Baker was going to attempt to pitch it, and I don't know if the fullback got in the way or if obviously somebody was going the wrong direction or had the wrong call. Falcons lucky to retain. Bring up 3rd down and 6.
3rd and 6 for the Falcons. 8 minutes and 10 seconds to go in the first half. Edgewood 10, Jefferson 0. Deep handoff, Ola coming around the right side. Nice play. Nice play by number 2 coming up.
Tell you what, the Edgewood defense so far tonight has been able to play aggressive and string these runs out. And Ola having a tough time of it tonight finding the yards that he had last week.
Josh Roberts, number 2, came up and made an outstanding play, and Drew Sheneman also on the tackle for the Warriors. And those guys are the leaders of that defense. And they're doing a nice job. And again, it's going to bring up a 4th down and 2, long 2, and Looks like Jefferson is going to kick. Too early for a fake here?
I think so.
Ola, real high, but kind of short. Edgewood got to get out of the way. It takes an Edgewood bounce. So the ball's going to be about the Edgewood 41-yard line. With 7 minutes and 20 seconds to go, it's 10-0 Edgewood on top. And they're going to take over on downs, and Jefferson's having a hard time getting that offense started tonight.
Yeah, Edgewood, on the flip side of that, not having a problem moving the ball so far. Steve Ott, 9 carries so far for 34 yards, and the fullback Dascoli, 4 carries for 38 yards. And I believe Roberts has hit on 2 of 4 passes and had the one dropped.
Edgewood doing a real nice job diversifying their play. Here's a little swing pass out to left flat to Ott. Great stick by Ola, number 22. Ott might have got 1 or 2. And Dustin Ola showing his all-around athletic ability there for the Falcons. Came up and punished Ott on a great hit. And he might have got back to the line of scrimmage. I like the call, but I'll tell you what, Dustin Ola was right there, stayed at home, and made a real nice play for the Falcons. 6 minutes and 51 seconds to go here in the first half. Edgewood 10, Jefferson 0. Edgewood 2nd and 10. They're in the I formation with Ott deep. It's going to be Ott.
It's number 26.
And the ball came loose. That could be McLeod.
It's number 26, Mark Wood.
Mark Wood, and he got the ball back, I believe.
Wood is periodically spelled Ott so far this year. He's got 14 carries for 47 yards on the season. Just under 3.5 yards a carry.
They lost 2. It's going to be 3rd and 12 for the Warriors. Obvious passing situation for Coach John Ashbaugh. Wood stays in the game as the one-back offense for the Warriors. Roberts going to roll right. Got a man, Sable. He's got the first down going down the right sideline all the way down to the 40-yard line. Nice play by the Warriors. And we talked about Kevin Sable earlier in the game, and that's one of the things we said that Edgewood had to do, and they're starting to do that. And that's a
nice play call there by Coach Ashbaugh. Got Roberts, who's also a very quick runner. Got him on the outside and threatened that defense with a run or pass and found Sable for about 21-yard gain there.
Big play for the Warriors. Down inside Falcon territory to the 40-yard line. 1st and 10, Warriors. Roberts did a real nice job on that play, as you mentioned. Still in that one-back offense. It's going to be Wood, number 26. He's moving his legs. He's great second effort there. And again, Edgewood's pretty much having their way right now on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, Wood picks up, looks like about another 6 yards. Nice hard run by the running back there. Coming up on 5 minutes to go in the first half.
We're the Kent State Educational Channel. I'm Joe Pete with Brad Petro. We're at Corlew Stadium. It's a beautiful night for football. Tonight, week 1 in the Northeastern Conference. Opening night. Here comes Scardino in motion. Right up the gut to Wood. Runs right into the middle of the Jefferson line. Nick Aliff, number 50. Number 66, Bill Malish, in on the play for the Falcons. Clock continues to run here in the second quarter with 4 minutes and 30 seconds to go. 3rd and 2. Jefferson needs to stop here.
Yeah, this could be a big play for the Falcons with just over 4 minutes to go. Edgewood gets the first down here. Obviously, they're looking at a new set of downs and maybe on the brink of punt, field goal right here if they can stop them.
With that kicker, you never know. I mean, this guy's got some range out there. Edgewood's going to get a timeout here with 4 minutes and 6 seconds to go. 3rd down and 2. Congratulations has to go out to St. John, Asheville St. John graduate Urban Meyer, as his Bowling Green Falcons drilled Buffalo last week 35-0. Urban Meyer and the Falcons were supposed to play the big game, the top 15 powerhouse South Carolina, but that was canceled this Saturday. And Coach Meyer has his own show on Fox Sportsnet, channel 16. That's the in the Asheville, Philadelphia viewing area. That's Sunday at noon, and they do a nice job with that show, and they'll give you a recap of every game. And you can also listen to the Bowling Green Falcons telecast on the internet at www.bowlinggreenfootball.net and bgusufalcons.only.com. And Coach Meyer off to a good start out there in Bowling Green. We're back. It's 3rd and 2. Roberts looking deep, got time, got a man wide open, almost intercepted.
It's like Robert said, Sean Dunn and Kevin Sable both wide open, and he threw it in between them. A little too high and too far for Sable, and obviously too short for Dunn.
Zach Dennis also had a chance to pick that ball off for Jefferson, and it went right through his hands, so it's going to bring up 4th and 2, and you got to go for it here. At about the 33-yard line. I think you run the tailback here, or do you throw the ball?
I tell you what, they've had some success rolling Roberts out. Little play action.
Fullback right up the middle, Dascoli. He's going to be close to a first down. I believe he has it. And the clock continues to roll. Rob Dascoli pointing that he has the first down, and the referee Casiola agrees. And Edgewood on the move again inside the Jefferson 30-yard line with 3 minutes and 57 seconds to go in the half. Edgewood 10, Jefferson 0, and it's been all Edgewood so far in this first half. And they're knocking on the door inside the Jefferson 30 once again tonight here at Corlew Stadium. Coming out in that eye. Ott back in the game. Roberts going to roll. There's going to be a hold. Roberts going around left end, throws deep, got a man wide open. Inside the 10 to the 5, about the 1-yard line. That's Jeff Scardino.
Unfortunately, I believe that's going to come back.
And it's going to be all for naught. But I'll tell you what, it was a beautiful play-action pass by Josh Roberts.
Roberts was being chased down by 2 big Falcons, able to outrun him, get around the corner, and lob the ball out there nicely.
What do you think Coach Root's going to do on that one? You think he's going to take that penalty?
Should.
So it's coming back, and that's going to be a holding. And that's 10 yards from the spot of the foul.
Yeah, that's going to bring him out to close to the 45.
That's a big penalty.
Yeah, you go from 1st and 10 to 1st and about 26.
3:33 remaining. Brings the ball back to the 45-yard line.
Be about a 15-yard penalty there. So it's going to bring up a 1st and 25 for the Warriors. Split back, Roberts, long count. Going deep, 17, got it wide open. Kyle Evans came down the left sidelines on the streak, and it looked like the Edgewood guys kind of stopped, and he was wide open. Roberts hit him square in the hands, and the ball came loose. Unbelievable. He's going to be dreaming about that tonight. Nice call by Coach John Ashbaugh of the Edgewood Warriors. Taking a little chance there on 1st and 25. What do you got to lose?
Yeah, now you get just over 3 minutes to go here in the first half. And
going to throw quick on the flat. That's 13, Jeff Scardino, and again the ball's dropped. A lot of drops here tonight for these Edgewood Warrior receivers. And I'll tell you what, Josh Roberts looking good out there for the Warriors tonight.
Roberts was 4 of 6 for 40 yards before those 2 drop passes and the penalty. Hasn't really thrown a bad ball yet tonight. Had the one that he overthrew Sable. Other than that, he's been on the numbers.
3 minutes and 9 seconds to go in the first half. All Edgewood here tonight, 10-0, down in 25. Roberts going to go with that draw, it looked like, and he's going to be drilled way behind the line. Number 50, Nick Aliff, said, you ain't running that draw play here.
Number 26, Mark Wood, the ball carrier.
That was Wood, check that. And he lost about 3. It's going to bring up a punting situation for the Warriors.
If you're Edgewood here, you let this clock run down, and just about to take a delay a game penalty. There's no reason to be in any hurry to kick this away with about 2 minutes and 30 seconds to go here in the first half. no need to give Jefferson the ball before you're forced to.
A little surprised in Jefferson conservative approach tonight. I mean, last week got a chance to see the LeBray game, threw the ball about 25 times, and you know, they had a lot of drops also last week. I'd like to see him come out and throw that ball a little bit and challenge these Warriors.
On your way down at halftime.
You got a timeout on the field. And then exactly right, Brad Petro, on that delay game. And that's going to bring the ball back to the 45-yard line of the Warriors. Going to make it 4th and 34. And do you kick the Ola here if you're Coach Ashbaugh?
I don't see any reason to. I mean, all you got to do, you know, kick the ball to the corner, you kick it, 30 yards, you're going to put it out about the 20-yard line. No reason to give this kid a chance to get his hands on the ball in the open field like that.
Nice snap from center. He gets a nice high.
Nice high kick. Fair catch.
At his own 25-yard line.
That's number 4, Matt Mahokey, a sophomore.
Nice punt there by Sean Dunn. Last week, kicked the ball, I believe, 4 or 5 times. Had over a 45-yard average, and that's a pretty good weapon when you got a good punter, you got a good kicker. Those are good weapons to have.
Edgewood defeated Jefferson last year, 26-14 at Jefferson. Baker under center. Going to give it right up the middle. That's Lemire running hard, number 36 to about the 30-yard line. Knocked straight backwards by number 7, Kevin Sable of the Warriors. And again, with under 2 minutes to go, looks like Jefferson's just content.
Like the Falcons are going to be content to run it out and go to the half down 10. One thing you don't want is a mistake here in your own end.
Yeah, I agree with you there. Jefferson actually is fortunate to be down 10. Their offense has really done little tonight. And Edgewood had a couple opportunities. They dropped a couple balls. They missed, But here comes Baker looking deep. Wow. Up for grabs. Got a man. But out of bounds. Dennis, number 7. Cotton Roberts back for the Warriors on the coverage. Just when we thought they were going to run the clock out.
What do we know?
Coach Root fools us and goes deep. And it's 3rd and 5 now.
Now what you're forced, you got to pick up a first down here. If not, Edgewood may potentially call a timeout and try to block a kick. You're going to give them the ball back with maybe a minute to go.
I believe Edgewood.
Looks like Jefferson's in a passing formation again.
Baker.
There's the shovel pass.
There's that shovel pass we talked about earlier. They got the first down. Got a seam up the middle. Ola's got a hole down to the 45. Inside the 40. He's running down to the 30. Inside the 30 to the 20-yard line. And we talked about that shovel pass. And it worked to perfection there for the Jefferson Falcons. And that's a giant play here.
With a 50-yard gain.
With a minute and 18 to go. Now Jefferson's knocking on the door at the 20-yard line. And if they score here, the momentum is definitely going to shift to the Falcons.
I think the Warriors fell asleep there, and we're expecting the Falcons to air one out again.
That's a great call by Jason Root of the Jefferson Falcons. And on a 3rd and 5, a big play. Let's see if they can capitalize here. One back, that's Lemire. Baker going to roll left. Got a man wide open in the flat, and he overthrew him. That's number 4.
Matt Mahokey.
Mahokey was wide open the left flat, and Baker, I think he threw it just a little bit too early, and he overthrew it. So Jefferson with a great opportunity here to put some points on the board in the first half, down 10-0 with a minute and 14 seconds left. It's 2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line, and I think they're going to keep throwing the ball here, Brad. Dennis out wide left. Mahokey. Here comes Baker rolling left, looking deep. Oh, got a man wide open inside the 10-yard line. Going to have the first down.
Looked like number 3, Nate Franley.
That is Nate Franley, and that's going to be a first down Falcons inside the 10-yard line.
Falcons are going to get a timeout with a minute 7 to go. I believe that's going to be enough to give them a first down as well.
That's Jefferson's 2nd timeout. They have one left. with 1:07 seconds. It's 10-0 Edgewood. And Jefferson with that 50-yard shovel pass made a real nice play. They need to get some points on the board here to turn the momentum around like we talked about and get back in this ball game.
Yeah.
One play can do a lot for a team as far as momentum goes.
So you're on your own 30-yard line with a minute and a half to go. You got 3rd and 5. You're looking at, maybe you get the first down, hope to run the clock out just so you don't have to punt and give the ball back to Edgewood. And you run off a 50-yard shovel pass. Now you're in scoring position with 1:07 to go. First down.
One timeout left for the Falcons. Baker, he's going to roll right. Got some pressure. Throw it in the end zone. Got a man. Touchdown.
Touchdown for Jefferson,
number 7, a sophomore, Zach Dennis, pulled in the touchdown and made an outstanding catch for the Falcons. And don't look now, folks, but we got ourselves a ball game. It's now 10-6 with 1 minute and 2 to go. And I'll tell you what, Baker showed some composure on that throw and had a man, and he completed the pass, and he did a real nice job completing that ball for the touchdown.
Baker had an excellent drive there, and the Booty's out there changing shoes. He's going to kick the extra point.
Snaps down, kicks up. Good.
Wow.
And he drilled it.
I'll tell you what, you don't see those straight-on kickers anymore that wear the square-toed shoes. But I think we got one here tonight.
So I'll tell you what, that's going to make it 10-7 here at Corlew Stadium. Our first Northeastern Conference game of the year with 1 minute and 2 seconds to go. 3rd down and 5, we talked about it, and a great call. And he caught the Edgewood defense really off balance. I think we even thought he was going to kill the clock there, and he made a nice call. And you got to give all the credit to Coach Jason Root of the Falcons.
Yeah, this game's going to turn out to be everything we thought it'd be. You got two teams playing out here tonight that match up fairly well. They're both young. They both have diverse offenses. They can throw the ball well when they need to. Edgewood likes to throw a little more than Jefferson does. They can run the ball well. Both have decent tailbacks. Jefferson's got Ola back there, who's pretty much an all-star, probably one of the better tailbacks in the conference. You got two young defenses that that like to pursue, like to attack, and we're set up for a good ball game.
And you talk about Ola, he was quiet, and they stuffed him, and they got that shovel pass, and he broke the long one. And he's got that capability to break that long play anytime during this game. Here comes the kickoff. Knee almost down. That's Wood about the 30-yard line, and they're going to call him down. That's a good call by the officials. In high school, Ohio High School Athletic Association, if your knee hits the ground, you're down. And that's going to be
28 Brian McLeod, it looked like, on that return. Now you're the Warriors. You got 1st and 10 with a minute to go.
And all the momentum's on the Falcons side.
First down,
It's going to be 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. I'd be surprised to see Edgewood throw here.
Well, I think you got to do something to try to swing them. You got to make a first down.
Here's that little swing pass. That's hot. Going in the flat.
getting away from one tackler, finally dragged down by the
He's down to about the 23-yard line.
He's going to pick up about 4 yards.
And the clock continues to run. About 40 seconds to go. Edgewood in the hurry up. Let's see if he goes deep here one time, takes a shot at it. Roberts has got that capability going deep anytime. Looking for Sable. There he is. That's a 25-yard line, but really, Edgewood's going to get a timeout, and that's kind of a 5-yard play, but with time running out, you got to try to throw the ball downfield a little more, I think, at that situation.
I think here you got 23 seconds left, and calling a timeout maybe gives them time to catch their breath a little bit, get set, maybe take one shot downfield. If you don't get it, kick the ball away and hope nothing bad happens.
Warriors have battled injury a little bit this season, Brad. One of their best players, wide receiver, defensive back Mike Lagoni, had a knee injury in the preseason, and they're not sure if he's going to be able to come back. And last week, Senator Chad Armstrong, he was injured, and actually that was 2 weeks ago against Berkshire. He injured his knee on a fluke play. Actually, they were taking a knee to end the game, and he twisted a ligament in his knee, and he's back tonight, but they miss him. And again, turnovers is a big problem for the Warriors. They've had 10 and the 5 interceptions last week that Roberts threw. And, you know, turnovers kill you. So, our situation is this. It's 3rd and 3 with 23 seconds to go in the first half. Roberts just going to give the ball to Dascoli up the middle. And I don't know if he got the first down. I think he did. That's going to stop the clock with 19 seconds to go. They're going to come up with this hurry-up offense. I think they should try one deep here. Why not throw about a 30, 40-yard pass? Clock continues to run. You could also spike the ball. Roberts going straight back, looking deep. That's number 9, and he's got him in. There's a flag down. Great catch.
You might have a little
Sean
interference.
Dunn. Sean Dunn, and maybe that, I don't know if that's offense or defense. Looked like it might have been a little push-off. Let's wait for the official's call. We have 7 seconds left in the game, and that's a big play. Let's see what the call is. Again, Roberts hits him right on the money. Josh Roberts doing an outstanding job for Edgewood tonight.
Defensive. I think you're going to get defensive pass interference there, and Edgewood's going to decline it and take the ball right there where he went out of bounds.
So you got 7 seconds left in the first half. You got to take a shot to the end zone here.
You know what? I think maybe you just try to go over the middle for a quick 10-yard slant or something, and maybe try to give your field goal kicker a. You know, it's tough to take the 40-yard shot and hope to score a touchdown.
Well, let's see what they do. Roberts fake the handoff, number 1. He's got some pressure by the Falcons. Roberts going to run. Now he's looking downfield. Got a man. No good. And that is going to be the end of the first half. And that was intended for Jeff Scardino, number 13. And that's going to make it Edgewood 10, Jefferson 7. And we'll be right back with our halftime guest referee, Phil Garsha.
Yards and the one big reception for 50 yards. Running back Tom Lemire, the big fullback, 4 carries for 18 yards. And wide receiver Zach Dennis, 1 catch for 11 yards, and he did get the touchdown. Let's go over the scoring. Edgewood got on the board first with 7:41 left to go in the first quarter. It was Jeff Scardino recovered a fumble by Rob Dascoli in the end zone, and the extra point was good to make it Edgewood 7, Jefferson 0. Edgewood then tacked on a field goal. Jonas Marzak from 30 yards out with 10:04 to go in the second quarter to up the Edgewood lead to 10-0. Jefferson countered late in the first half with 1:02 to go. Quarterback Matt Baker hit Zach Dennis on an 11-yard touchdown pass, and then Baker kicked the extra point to bring us to our halftime score of Edgewood 10, Jefferson 7.
And tonight's excellent band show by the Jefferson Falcons and the Edgewood Warriors will be shown in its entirety after the game. And the Edgewood staff did a good job of taping that and getting the tape up to public relations guru Frank Vaccarello. And he'll do a good job, as usual, of editing that thing on the end of the tape so we can enjoy the whole band halftime shows. And both schools do an excellent job as the teams are coming back on the field here at Corlew Stadium. Well, it's a good game like we thought it would be. 10-7 Edgewood. Got about 2 minutes to go here before the second half kick. And just to recap again, Dustin Ola's had kind of a quiet night, but that one pass was a big play, and that got Jefferson the momentum like we talked about, got them right back in this ball game. And we got a barn burner here at 10-7.
Yeah, both teams have been able to move the ball, when they want to, but the penalties have hurt each team. Jefferson starts out with the ball in the first half there, and their big fullback Tom Lemire takes it down to about the 3-yard line. Gets called back on a penalty there, and they end up having to turn the ball over on downs to the Warriors. And then Edgewood with the big holding call on the pass. Josh Roberts, that would have gave them the ball in excellent scoring position. Push them back out to the 50-yard. That ends up being, it's a 10-yard, 15-yard penalty because of the spot of the foul. But in essence, the Warriors lost about 40 yards on that penalty.
Special thanks goes out to Mr. Phil Garsha, our halftime guest. It was a very informative interview about officials, and he's actually doing the game tonight and doing a good job. And you got to be impressed with Josh Roberts tonight for the Warriors. Josh Roberts has really played a nice game all around.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, after last week, it's not too often that the quarterback will turn the ball over like that and come out with the confidence that this kid has. But, he's a senior, played last year, like we said a couple times earlier tonight. He threw for over 1,000 yards last year. And, credit goes to the Edgewood coaching staff for getting this team, this offense prepared. And they came out and they throw the ball tonight. They weren't afraid to throw it. He's only attempted 13 passes. I think about half of those passes have been dropped, so his numbers are a little deceiving tonight when you look at the completion percentage and the yards he has. But the receivers are having problems holding on to the ball.
And I'll tell you what, that's big high school football. When a quarterback lays the ball right in your hands, you got to find a way to catch that ball and keep the clock running and get the first down. And Edgewood really didn't capitalize on a couple good opportunities that they had there in the first half. They need to do a better job of doing that in the second half. And Jefferson, coming back, you got to be impressed with Coach Jason Root and their defense. Started out pretty, they were giving up a lot of running yards. They tightened up a little bit there at the end of that first half. And they got a lot of young players here. Both teams do.
Yeah, and that's one of the factors when you have young players. You're going to have some mental mistakes, which turnovers, penalties, drop passes. Those are all the things that accompany young players.
Credit goes out to the Edgewood Warrior athletic staff. What a beautiful, beautiful job Mr. Beaner Cochran did on this field today. And give credit to Athletic Director Dave Milleragno, who's been a great host here tonight in the press box, making sure everything's taken care of, running around. And people take those kind of guys for granted. That's a hard job, and they spent a lot of time, and they're doing it all for the kids. So congratulations to the Edgewood athletic staff for hosting us here tonight. We're happy to be here. We're the Kent State Educational Channel, and we're ready for the second half kickoff. I'm Joe Pete with my partner, Brad Petro, former All-American quarterback at Mount Union and Edgewood High graduate. And it's a beautiful night for football. And here's the second half kick, and it's drilled, going all the way back to the 1 yard line. It's going to be taken there by Kyle Evans, and he got to about the 14 yard line. Number 4, Mahokian on a stop for the Falcons, and the Warriors are going to start in very poor field condition. And that's a good sign for the Falcons. I mean, that guy kicked the ball. He drilled it.
Tell you what, we got not often you get a game where you have two kickers that, with the power that these two kids have, able to put the ball deep.
Let's see if Jefferson come out and get a stop here and get this thing turned around and keep that momentum in their favor. Here comes Roberts under center. We're going to start the second half. Going to be a give right to the big fullback, number 24, Rob Dascoli. Ola came up, number 22, and made a nice hit.
Number 52 is Scott Heidecker. And number 11, Ryan Aliff.
Aliff also on the play for the Falcons. Might have got 2 yards there. It's going to be 2nd and 8 for the Warriors. Check that, and deep in their own territory. Ott and Dascoli with the split back. Could be a passing situation. Going to give Dascoli going outside. He's to the 20, 25.
I think he's got enough for the first down.
And he made a real nice cut. Took it to the outside and got the first down.
Dascoli's showing some nice speed out of the fullback position there.
Dascoli doing a good job, and he's only a junior. Playing well on both sides of the ball. Seen him in on a lot of tackles tonight. He's running from that fullback spot. Doing just a real nice job for the Warriors. 11 minutes and 4 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Edgewood gets that big first down. That's going to be Ott, the tailback, right up the middle on the left side, and he might have got 2.
Edgewood come out here in the second half and split backs, and they've done just what Coach Aspaugh said they would do at the beginning of the game, is just run it right straight up at Jefferson and make them stop him. They've come out with a couple dives to the fullback Dascoli, and now the dive to tailback Steve Ott.
We haven't seen Jefferson blitz much tonight, and let's see if they change their philosophy a little bit here in the second half and try to stop those dives and those traps with a little blitzing action. Here comes little misdirection play. Now it's got a little bit of a hole, but he's going to be dropped for a loss by the Falcons. And it didn't look like he hit that hole quick. He kind of turned it to the outside.
Tell you what, if he could have got around those two Falcons, he would still be running.
Mahokey, number 4, came up and made an excellent play for the Falcons. Sophomore Mahokey, Matt Mahokey, only 160 pounds, but he's playing tough tonight for the Falcons. So it's going to be a big third down for the Warriors, 3rd and 7. About 9 minutes and 50 seconds to go in the third quarter. Passing situation for the Warriors. Look for Sable. Roberts going straight back and throw that swing pass. That's Dascoli. He's running hard. Not going to make it. It's going to come up about a yard short. Nice little swing pass out there to the right flat to the fullback. I like the call, but unfortunately, it's going to come up a little short.
Can't fault Dascoli for the effort, but need 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8. Got to try to make a move on that cornerback out there. Can't always just run him right over.
Ball at the 34-yard line. Let's see what they do. I think they're going to have to punt, but it looks like they might go for it here. Look for them to try to draw them off sides, I suppose. Be very surprised if they snap it, but they do. And they got the first down. There's Dascoli. Gutsy call by Coach John Ashpaw of the Warriors. I like that. Going for it down there by the 30-yard line, 34-yard line.
I think that was kind of a psychological thing for the Falcons. They really didn't think the Warriors were going to run a play there. They were just sitting back on their heels, making sure they didn't jump off sides. And the Warriors did snap the ball, and nice pickup there by Dascoli.
Robbie Dascoli really made a nice run there, picking up that first down. There was no stopping him there. There he is again. And he leans forward up to about the 44-yard line. And Mahokey again coming up from his safety spot, making the play.
Dascoli been the workhorse here in the second half, up to 65 yards rushing on 11 carries. Leading rusher in the game so far.
That's going to make it 2nd and 7 for the Warriors. Ball on the 44 with almost 8 minutes to go here in the third quarter, and Edgewood's on a little bit of a drive. Let's see if Jefferson can stop him. Nice play by the Falcons. That's number 7. Zach Dennis, the sophomore. And these Jefferson sophomores are playing big tonight. I'll tell you what, they're coming up and making plays. And if Dennis doesn't make that play, Ott's going the distance.
Yeah, the Warriors possibly a little too quick to try to bust it to the outside, and the Falcon outside linebackers and cornerbacks are doing their job staying at home, coming up and making nice tackles, because if they don't make those tackles, a lot of green pasture on the outside.
It's going to bring up a long 3rd and 11 for the Warriors. Mark Wood split back, got 2 wideouts to the left. Robert straight back to pass, got some pressure, got a man. No, that could be intercepted. Close.
Hit the ground.
That's number 7 again. Zach Dennis on the coverage, and
looked like there was some confusion there on the route.
Looked like Sean Dunn was going deep. He was wide open, and I don't think that he ran the right pattern there because Roberts threw it short.
Looks like Roberts was expecting him to break that pattern off and.
It's going to bring up 4th down and 11, punting situation for the Warriors, and a good job by the Jefferson defense to stop the Warriors. Ola deep.
As well as Matt Mahokey.
Good kick. Down about the 30-yard line. Going to be taken by Ola. There's a flag down, and Ola's running hard. Drilled by number 60, but he's going hard down to the 50-yard line.
We do have a flag sitting back at about the 36-yard line.
Ola showing great athletic ability on that return. It's probably going to be on Jefferson. And it might be a big one, and it is a clipping. And that's going to be 15 big yards.
And those kind of penalties will not make Coach Root very happy.
Can't afford those penalties in a close game. Jefferson had the opportunity to get the ball in really, really good field position here at the 50-yard line. And to make a mistake like that could come back to haunt you. 7 minutes and 12 seconds to go here in the third quarter. It's Edgewood 10, Jefferson 7. Jefferson going to have a first down. And Jefferson, that ball's going all the way back down to the 16-yard line. That's a big, big penalty.
Yeah, instead of the great field position out near the midfield 50-yard line, the Falcons are going to start deep in their own territory.
Baker under center for the Falcons. First and 10. Ola's way back. And there's some confusion there. He's going to be stopped for a loss. And there's Rob Dascoli, number 24.
That's about the third or fourth time the Falcons have ran that play tonight with Ola way back there, deep in the backfield, and it's too slow of a developing play. The Warrior defense is able to swarm back there and stop Ola for no gain.
Number 51, Chad Armstrong, came up and also helped out on that play. And he lost 2. Going to be second down and 12 with 6 minutes and 42 seconds to go in the third quarter. We're the Kent State Educational Channel here at Corlew Stadium. Edgewood 10, Jefferson 7. Jefferson the ball on their own 14-yard line. Got to cover up the ball. Big hole in the mirror going up the middle. Nice run by the fullback, number 36, Lemire.
Tackled by number 57, Drew Sheneman, and number 7, Kevin Sable.
Fullback dive, nothing fancy, right up the middle, and Lemire did a nice job. It's going to give Jefferson an opportunity to pick up this first down now at third down and 2.
Falcons have had some pretty good success running the fullback straight up the middle at the Warriors.
Let's see if they go back to that here. Edgewood's definitely keen on Ola wherever he goes. But remember, Ola can break it at any time. See if Edgewood sends their backers on this play. One back offense. Ola. Gonna go, no, that's not Ola. Whoever it is, he got the first down and he's stuck. But a nice little play by the Falcons.
Looks like number 36, Wade Carruthers.
That's Lemire.
Number 36, Wade Carruthers.
First and 10 for the Falcons. It is Lemire.
Check that as I'm looking at.
We all do that.
Looking at the Edgewood roster.
Baker going back to pass on first down. Got a man open. And no good. That's Nate Franley. You got to make that catch. That's a nice call there by Jason Rook, changing things up there on first down. And Franley just dropped it.
Seen quite a few of those tonight. Quarterbacks are putting them where they need to put them, and receivers got to hold on to the ball.
I like that call by Coach Jason Root. Last year, Root was the defensive coordinator, and he's been with the Jefferson Falcons for, this is going on his 7th year. And he coached under Joe Kearney. They're setting up the screen. Number 4, Matt's Mahokey, knocked out of bounds. Good play over there. About the 35-yard line. Edgewood did a nice job there. Sable knocked him out of bounds.
Did a good job getting out in front. Jefferson had 2 linemen coming out to lead that screen, and Edgewood did a good job getting outside those linemen and forcing the receiver out of bounds.
I like the call. Little screen play, something different. And Jefferson looks like they're coming out in a definite passing situation here. Let's see if they run that back again. They do, right up the middle, Lemire. And they're not going to be fooled that time. Edgewood, the middle of their defense, stuffed that play out. And that's a big play for the Warrior defense. It's going to force Jefferson into a fourth down punting situation. And you got to give credit to Coach Jason Root there, trying a little change up there, throwing the ball on first down, coming back with that screen. Then on 3rd and 4, he had a passing formation. He tries to get that fullback. Let's see if they go for it here. It's a ball at the 36-yard line. They're going to punt, and it's Ola. Let's see if they fake. And there it is. Number 4 going to run the option. Mahokey, and he's going to get the first down. And I could smell that one. And that was a great call by Coach Jason Root. And you got to give credit to Matt Mahokey there, the sophomore. Did a nice up that first down. A little trickery from the bag of Coach Jason Root of Jefferson. So that's going to give Edgewood a big first down and some momentum, Brad.
Jefferson.
Here we go. 4 minutes and 15 seconds to go in the third quarter. Baker looking at the flat, got a man wide open. That's Ola going down the right sidelines. And he's in Warrior territory.
Nice tackle by number 2, Josh Roberts.
And a great play set up by the Falcons.
Looks like the Warriors are going to get a timeout here to try to regroup.
14-yard gain for the Falcons.
Falcons on the move into Edgewood territory at about the 44-yard line.
Wow, let's take a look at the fearless forecast from the Asheville Star-Beacon this week. And the Jefferson-Edgewood game, you got John Camp leading the way, and he is the only man on the staff that picked the Falcons tonight. And Carl Pearson, Chris Larrick, Tom Harris, Steve Goldman, Rick Firmage, who's the advertising guru over there at the Star-Beacon. We know Rick. And Don McCormick, the editor, does a nice job over there. They all went with Edgewood. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to 1 in favor of Edgewood.
I like those odds.
That's a nice little thing that they do. The Star-Beacon keeps people interested. And there was a couple tough games this week, but everybody likes Lakeside.
See, Don picked Jefferson to win the Grand Valley Orange game.
Somebody's in hot water over that one.
Nobody proofread that, did they?
Well, next week we'll be at Canary Field. Here we go. Baker looking deep, got a man wide open, and no good. That's number 3, Nate Franley, and he might have pushed a little bit.
That's what Josh Roberts has complained. Looks like Roberts might have slipped or Franley might have tripped him up, one of the two, but Roberts wasn't there when the ball got there.
And I'm not sure how you drop that ball.
That one's a little... That would have been a great catch if he'd have made that catch.
It's going to bring up 2nd and 10 for the Falcons. 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. Look like a little screen. There it is. Ola's got loose. He's going down the left side. Got the first down all the way down to the 30-yard line of the Falcons, and Coach Ashbaugh is upset. He is not happy. And I love the play call again by Coach Jason Root, and Jefferson now has momentum, and they're knocking at the door down to the 30-yard line.
I'll tell you what, Root was hitting, Dustin Ola was hitting the backfield there and was able to elude that tackle and then carried about 3 or 4 Edgewood Warriors for another 5 yards after that.
Jefferson starting now on the Edgewood 30. Baker. So much for the conservative approach on first down. Looking up the middle, got a man. That's number 7. He's got him. Zach Dennis wide open. Going to get the first down to about the 14-yard line. Ott on the coverage. That's a big play for the Falcons. A nice pass. Baker showed a lot of poise on that one.
Yeah, Baker rolled out right. Had enough time to get his feet set and square his shoulders. Threw a nice strike in there.
Lemire deep in the backfield, right up the middle, and he's going to be stuffed by the Edgewood defense. Brandon Porter, and there's Rob Dascoli again, number 24, making that initial hit and just driving him backwards. Going to lose a yard. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 11 for the Falcons. Got to throw the ball here, ain't it?
They've had success throwing the ball on this drive.
Rolling Baker left, going way up top, no good.
Took a little miscommunication there between the receivers. Had a receiver in the corner of the end zone, a receiver in the middle of the end zone, and Baker threw it in between them.
We get a look at the Edgewood cheerleaders. They do a nice job over there. So the stage is set now for a big 3rd down and 11 for the Jefferson Falcons at about the 15-yard line. Lemire might have moved early, but no, there's Baker going deep. Oh, let's look, interference.
That's going to be on the Warriors, I believe.
And probably a good play because the defensive guy had no idea where the ball was. Probably saved a touchdown. It's half the distance to the goal line.
They scored a touchdown. Why do you need half the distance? Caught the ball.
decline.
Remaining in the third period. And
Baker having an excellent drive there. After that drive, there's completed 8 of 16 passes for 138 yards, and that's his second touchdown on the evening.
And the Falcons take the lead.
see where the ball was, and he ran right over the receiver, but the receiver still caught the football and fell to the ground.
And that was an outstanding catch miss, it seemed like.
And it is
Kick is up and good. And the Jefferson Falcons take the lead for the first time tonight, 14-10, with 2 minutes and 46 seconds left in the third quarter. And Matt Baker really coming out and throwing the ball well here in the third quarter.
Yeah, like I said right there before the extra point, Baker up 8 of 16 now on the evening with 138 yards, and that was his second touchdown pass.
Touchdown catch was by number 11, Ryan Aliff, a sophomore. And I'll tell you what, he made an outstanding catch there. He was interfered with, and Edgewood guy was all over his back, and he still managed to catch the ball. And that's a big, big play for the Falcons. And again, these youngsters for the Falcons are really stepping up big tonight. McLeod and Evans back deep for the Warriors. Nice kick again, going way back. Got a chance to go out of bounds, and it does.
Good play by Brian McLeod back there to let the ball go out of bounds and give the Warriors good starting field position for this drive.
Let's see if Edgewood takes the ball at the 35-yard line. They have an option of taking the ball to 35 or moving them back 5 to kick, and it looks like they're going to take the ball to 35.
I think the way Baker has the potential to kick the ball, it's a smart move.
Now the question is, can the Edgewood Warriors answer the Jefferson Falcon touchdown late here in the third quarter?
2:46 to go.
And this has been an outstanding Northeastern Conference football game here. We're the Kent State Educational Channel. I'm Joe Pete with Brad Petro. Warriors 1st and 10. Roberts going to give straight up the middle. Dascoli breaking a tackle over the 40-yard line. Nice run again by the junior, number 24, Rob Dascoli. Took a couple guys with him there.
Dascoli doing well here in the second half. Coach Ashbaugh's called his number quite a few times so far to start this second half.
Gain of about 7 yards. It's going to be 2nd and 3 for the Warriors. Good field position here, about the 42-yard line. You go up top one time here.
Robert's certainly capable of it.
There's that quick dive again up the middle. That's Dascoli again for first down yardage. Dascoli carrying the load big time here for the Warriors in the second half. What about
big number 66, Bill Malish, had about a 10-yard push into the backfield there.
Malish, 265-pound junior. One of the leaders of the Jefferson Falcon defense, and they played much better this week than in the previous weeks. Edgewood, a little confusion here on offense. They better hurry up. Split backs, that's Wood and Dascoli. That's Mark Wood, number 26. He's got a big gain there for first down yardage. Nice little misdirection play. I like the call by Coach John Ashbaugh.
Fake the dive left and hand it off right, and Mark Wood picked up about 14 yards there.
Wood with 5 carries for 17 yards. Giving Ott a little breather here. Dascoli. Again. Ott back into the game. Here comes that quick pitch out to Ott on the outside. Looks like he's got the corner. Hesitate a little bit. Number 7.
You have a flag on the play.
Zach Dennis stayed at home and came up and made a real nice play for the Falcons.
That looks like it's going to be in the area of possibly holding. Anytime they drop that flag in there where them big linemen roam.
That's exactly what it's going to be. It's holding, and that will be 10 yards from the spot of the foul.
Holding against the Warriors.
It's going to back the Warriors up to about the 46.
There's the Bud man, Mike Crafty. Mike's been around for a long, long time. Does a real nice job out there. Every time you see Mike, he's always smiling. Wish he'd come up with a hat once in a while, though.
First down.
Edgewood backed up, 1st and 17. Roberts, a little quick hitter. Oh, he had a bullet. And no good to Scardino, number 13.
In and out of the hands of number 13, Jeff Scardino.
Second down and 17.
That penalty was Edgewood's 5th on the night for 40 yards.
That's going to bring up 2nd and 17 for the Warriors inside the Falcon 50-yard line at about the 47. And 2nd and 17. And I think we have a penalty. It's going to be a motion, right? Motion penalty against the Warriors, and that's going to back them up 5.
That's their 6th penalty.
And somebody left a little early there. I believe that was number 9, Sean Dunn.
Warriors going the wrong way here all of a sudden.
And Jefferson, you got to be impressed with the young kids tonight. Dennis, Mahokey, these sophomores, Aleph. I mean, they've really stepped up tonight and played a great game in their first Northeastern Conference matchup here tonight. And we have a good crowd on hand tonight at Corlew Stadium. Just a beautiful, beautiful facility here. 2nd and 22. Roberts in a passing situation, going to roll right. Got a block from Ott. There's Dascoli about the 50, complete. Ola pushed him out of bounds. A little extracurricular activity there.
Dascoli wasn't too happy about that last little push, but this is football, right?
2 of the best athletes on the field tonight, sharing pleasantries on where they're going to be after the game.
I think they're going home to watch us.
Remember, this game will also be shown Sunday at 7 p.m. on Channel 29 in the Asheville-Philadelphia area and 22 in Geneva and Madison. There's some confusion. It's going to be a quick kick, but they might stop this one.
Jefferson doesn't know if they want to touch it or not.
I'm not sure if that's going to come back. There's a flag down. The ball went down to the 30-yard line. It was a quick kick by Ott, but everybody was confused out there. Let's see what we're gonna do here. Jefferson probably declined that if they didn't stop it, and they'll take over at the 30-yard line. And that's exactly what's going to happen.
Motion on the Warriors. Falcons will decline it, and they'll take over. Edgewood trying to catch them off guard there and quick kick, try to pin them back. We had 3rd and about 18 on that play. Got 55 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Falcons lead 14-10.
Big matchup tomorrow night in the state of Ohio. One of the biggest games, Cleveland St. Ignatius, Massillon, number 1 and 2 in the state in Division I at Byers Field. What do you like in that one?
Justin Zwick playing for the Buckeyes yet? I'll take him.
Baker going to be sacked. And that's Dascoli again in number 68.
It's like the Warriors may have made some adjustments on the sidelines.
Nick Campbell, 6'1", 190-pound junior, and Dascoli and Campbell snuffed that play out, and that's going to be a big, big loss for the Falcons. And time is running down here in the 3rd quarter with our score, Jefferson 14, Edgewood 10. And let's see if Edgewood's defense can create a turnover here. Jefferson deep down in their own territory.
2nd and 20. Just play solid defense here and force the Falcons to punt the ball.
Ola, 10 yards deep again. Let's see if a little trickery's coming. Oh, a fumbled snap. Let's see. I believe Jefferson got it back, but that's what we were talking about.
You've been pretty tonight. It's going to be the last play of the 3rd quarter.
So, the scene is set for a 4th quarter battle here between 2 Asheville County teams. The Edgewood Warriors down by 4 to Jefferson, 14-10. The Edward E. Hoadley Cup on the line tonight, and it's up here over by Tom Harris of the Asheville Star-Beacon, and he's keeping a good eye on that cup. You get a good look at the Edgewood fans over there, and they're standing up. Just great to see the kids out tonight in numbers. And you played here a couple times. You guys played for that Hoadley Cup. What happened when you were a senior?
Well, fortunately, when I was a senior, we had a pretty strong football team. We played at Jefferson, and I think it was about our first game of the season. We beat them 40-0.
Wow, I wonder if you had any completions that night. 40 points.
I know I didn't play that much. I played, I think, about 2.5 quarters.
Coach him all right when he didn't run it up or anything now, did he, on Coach Kearney? You know, those guys are good friends. I know he wouldn't do anything like that.
Nope.
That was when you guys had an outstanding football team.
Yes, we did, and I noticed that one of my fellow teammates is overcoaching on the Jefferson sidelines tonight. Eric Runyon. Had a chance to talk to him before the game and see how he's doing. Nice to see him.
Well, we're going to start the fourth quarter here at Corlew Stadium. And Gerald A. Corlew, the stadium's named after Jay Corlew's dad. Gerald Corlew took care of this. Took care as the flags go by. Kid's doing a nice job with the flags. Gerald Corlew took care of this stadium like it was his own baby. And if you look at it tonight, you can see that Gerald's up in the sky looking down and saying, wow, it's just great. Ola, trouble on the pitch, going to be stopped. Now he's going to throw deep. It's going to be, almost intercepted.
A little confusion.
Roberts was the closest receiver in the area.
Tell you what, there was a Falcon behind both of those Edgewood defenders.
Got a man down for the Warriors, number 54, Tim Anderson. He's had problems with that arm, and it looks like he might have a cramp or a knee problem.
And prior to that, you did see the Edgewood students, and then you see them again coming across here with the American flag and running through here. And we just had our call for the 50-50 raffle tonight, about $250. And once again, the proceeds from that raffle tonight are being directly donated to the relief efforts in New York, in Washington, D.C., and in Pennsylvania.
That's going to bring up a 4th down and 20. And Edgewood's going to get the ball back here in excellent field position. Oh, bad snap. This could be a problem for the Falcons. Owen's going to run around the left side. He's going to get the first down, going strong.
He's going to be about 5 yards short.
And it was close, I'll tell you what. It looked like he had the steam going, and all of a sudden Edgewood came up and made the play.
4th and 20. He's going to end up by, like I said, about 4 or 5 yards short, but he started 15 yards back from center, so he ran about 30-35 yards with that ball.
Number 60, Jack Stilson on that play. He's a sophomore. So Edgewood's going to take over an excellent field position, and the big question now is, can they capitalize and take the lead here with 11 minutes and 42 seconds to go? Jefferson up by 4. 1st and 10 Warriors, split backs. We got a whistle and a flag.
A Falcon that fell down in the defensive backfield.
We got an injured man. It might be Ola. Kid's got to be dead tired.
I'll tell you, just before the play snap happened, obviously nobody back there around him. Get a look there of the Falcon band.
So Edgewood's going to get the ball. I believe the play was stopped before the ball was snapped.
It's going to be 1st and 10 on the Falcon 35.
And I think if you're Coach John Ashbaugh, the time now is to look for number 7, Kevin Sable. He's your big money man, and really, I think you need to look to throw the ball a little bit over the middle to him. Give them a little change of pace here. And Sean Dunn, number 9, has been kind of quiet tonight. Let's see if they look his way.
They've been running the ball straight up the middle on these dive plays.
We've seen Roberts run a little bit of an option, a little belly, but he really has yet to really keep the ball much and getting that tailback pitch relationship. That is Ola, and he's going to be helped off the field, and that's not a good sign for the Falcons. He might just be tired. he might need a couple minutes to rest here. And
I'll tell you, yeah, he took a nice hit there when he ran that fake, or the punt that turned into the fake punt because of the muff snap, and he took a pretty good hit over there on the sidelines.
Let's hope it's nothing serious. Let's hope he can get back into this game. Comes Roberts. There he is. Save. No, that's Scardino going down the left side. He's got a chance to score. Going to be knocked out of bounds inside the 10-yard line, right at the 10-yard line. Mahokey saved the touchdown for the Falcons.
That was number 17. Kyle Evans.
Kyle Evans. Check that. Kyle Evans made a nice play. And
going to mark it right at the 10, it looks like.
1st and 10 Warriors and a big play. Like the call from Coach John Ashbaugh, coming out throwing the ball here in the 4th quarter. Split backs, Ott and Dascoli. Let's see if we see the big horse Dascoli. That's exactly what it is. He's going on around the inside to the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, touchdown! Great play. Love the call by Coach John Ashbaugh there.
Nice cutback by Dascoli. They ran a little dive off the right side, and Dascoli stopped right at the line of scrimmage and cut it back all the way around left end.
And Edgewood regains the lead here with 11 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the 4th quarter. And boy, we have a barn burner here tonight at Corlew Stadium.
Jonas Marzak on to attempt the extra point.
Snap's good. Kicks up and good as the Warrior band plays the fight song. And there's a flag down. Let's hold it and see what the call is. That could be something late on Jefferson.
Looks like there was a Falcon that came in there diving late. May hit the holder, and that's the same as if you hit the kicker.
We're the Kent State Educational Channel. I'm Joe Pete with Brad Petro. And we can't ask for a better opener in the Northeastern Conference tonight here at Corlew Stadium.
The Warriors answer quickly, right back on top, take the 17-14 lead with 11.5 to go in the 4th quarter. And it looks like Ola is back deep for the Falcons. That's a good sign.
They definitely need him, and you knew he was going to have to be in the hospital before he was not going to come back in this game. The big senior tailback, just an outstanding football player. Marzak, Edgewood in this different formation. Everybody on the left side here. Let's see if they shift over or not. If I'm Coach Ashbaugh, I'm kicking the ball away from Dustin Ola here. I'm not kicking him the ball.
Yeah, they just switched back there. Zach Dennis, and Ola switched positions back there. See if the Warriors caught that.
Short kick. Got to catch the ball. That's Mahokey. And he's about to 34. Stopped by a host of Edgewood Warriors. And Mahokey made a nice little run there. Made something out of nothing.
Once again, like you made mention there, you have to catch the ball on a kickoff. You can't let it hit the ground. Hits the ground, that thing's not round. It's not going to bounce straight. You never know which way it's going to go.
And it's a live ball on a kickoff.
Yes, it is.
So the Falcons come out down by 3 with 11 minutes and 22 seconds to go here in the ball game. We're at Corlew Stadium. Baker going to roll right, deep drop. Looking deep, throws off the back foot, had a man wide open, overthrew him.
It's number 7, Zach Dennis.
You know, and Baker just rolled to his right and really didn't get a good pivot there. And pivoting your foot's important as a quarterback.
Well, he needs to set up and needs to transfer his weight. You know, when you throw off your back foot, that's what happens. You leave the ball up high, and you're not going to make too many friends with those receivers when you lay them out like that.
Right. 2nd and 10. Jefferson can throw that swing pass to Ola, no good. McLeod on the coverage, so here we are. Edgewood comes down. Big run by Rob Dascoli, takes the lead. Now they have they back Jefferson in the corner at 3rd and 10 at their own 35-yard line. And the momentum now is shifting towards the Warriors here with 11 minutes and 12 seconds to go in the ball game. This is a big, big play, 3rd and 10. Baker going back, setting up the screen. There's Ola. Good call. Oh, nice. He's got a man. He's going to get the first down inside the 50 and pushed out of bounds.
Going to get inside Edgewood territory to about the 47-yard line.
And a great call again by head coach Jason Root.
It's going to be about a 17, 18-yard gain.
And a big, big play for the Falcons.
Big play on 3rd and 10. There is a flag on the field.
Let's see what that's going to be.
Looks like it's going to be on the Falcons. A clip.
Okay.
Prior to that play there, Baker was 8 of 18 for 138 yards, and Mr. Ola, who we saw catch that pass, and that's going to be negated, but he had 3 catches for 79 yards before that play, as well as 9 carries for 43 yards. He is their workhorse.
So it's 3rd and 15, and a big, big first down negated by a clipping penalty for the Falcons, and another mistake there. Well, you got to love the play call. Here comes Baker going for the same play over there. Almost picked off. Tim Anderson catches the ball and see you later. And he just...
Tim did all he could with that big cast on his arm there, I'll tell you what.
Good job by the Edgewood defense.
Smelled that play out nicely.
Went to the well one too many times there. And what a big turn of events on that clipping call.
Yeah, we've had a couple instances tonight. Penalties. Stopped both teams. Killed drives.
So Edgewood's going to get the ball back. Ola's going to have to kick it. Gets off a pretty good kick, end over end, high kick. Oh, hits a Falcon, but that's okay. And they fall on the ball at about the 43-yard line.
That's got to be about the 3rd or 4th punt tonight that's hit somebody coming down out of the sky.
Well, if you're Edgewood now, with 10 minutes and 46 seconds left to go in the ball game, you're going to try to run the ball a little bit here, aren't you?
You can't get too complacent. You got to do what's working. You know, I mean, you still got over 10 minutes to go, and Jefferson has shown that they can throw the ball and they can chunks. You know, they can get yards in big chunks.
Edgewood and split back. Let's look for Dascoli. Roberts going to go deep. Got a man wide open, but overthrown and done. Looking back at the official like he was held, but no call. And Brad Petro, that's why you're my color commentator.
Can't get complacent. See it too many times. Team gets out to a lead and gets complacent and ends up losing the game because they can't get the engine started back up again once they try to cool them off a little bit.
Dascoli up to 83 yards on 14 carries and a touchdown. Let's see if they go back to him now on 2nd and 10. 10 minutes and 41 seconds to go. Edgewood 17, Jefferson 14. Great ball game here at Corlew Stadium. Sean Dunn in motion for the Warriors. That's Ott going to the right side. Not much there. Flag down in the neighborhood of holding on the Warriors. Not much there on that play, and that flag was thrown in the area of number 57, Drew Sheneman. And they're talking to the Jefferson captain, so that's bad news for the Warriors. And that's what it's going to be, 10 yards. No question, Jefferson's going to accept that penalty. 10 yards from the spot of the foul, and the spot of the foul was around the line of scrimmage.
It's going to bring up about a 2nd and 20.
2nd and 20 for the Warriors. Let's see what Josh Roberts does here with split backs. Had a lot of success rolling out. There's that quick drop deep. He's hit. Arm was hit. I'm going to tell you something. Roberts got stuck, but number 13, Jeff Scardino, was wide open down the right sideline. And a good job by the Jefferson defense there. Big 3rd down now for the Warriors. 3rd and 20. Let's see if Edgewood goes for Broker, runs that draw. Here comes Roberts, splitting out, going deep. Got a man. It's going to be intercepted by the Falcons to the 40.
Dustin
That's
Ola.
Ola again. And I'm going to tell you something. Roberts forced that one. Threw it right into Ola's hands in the coverage.
Roberts got a little bit of pressure that time and underthrew the ball.
And Jefferson capitalizes on Roberts' mistake. Ola catches the ball, runs down to about the 35-yard line of the Warriors. Jefferson has an opportunity now in Edgewood field possession. Let's see if they can capitalize here. What do? You come out winging the ball here?
They're definitely in the formation to throw.
Wideouts to the left.
The big fullback going to get the carry, though.
Handoff.
And Edgewood's ready. That's number 57. Drew Sheneman again making a nice play.
Number 36, Lemire, the ball carrier.
That's Lemire, number 36.
Number 57.
9 minutes and 53 seconds to go here in the ball game. And it's a good one. Edgewood 17. Jefferson 14. 2nd and 10.
Warriors sent.
And Dustin Ola again comes up big for the Falcons here tonight. Let's see if he's got anything left. He's in the wing back at the right side. Let's see if they throw that screen. There he goes in motion. They're looking for him. There he is. There's that screen up the middle. That's Mahokey, number 4.
Tell you what, they used Dustin Ola as a decoy there. They put him in motion and looked like they were setting up the screen to him left and came back right to Matt Mahokey on the screen. But Edgewood sniffed it out. Number 2, Josh Roberts.
Robertson did a real nice job on that play. Stayed at home. 3rd and 9, a big third down play here for the Falcons. 8 minutes and 53 seconds to go in the ball game. 3rd and 9.
One way or another, the Falcons are getting close to 4-down territory.
Baker going to roll left. Big rush. Up, going deep. Got a man wide open.
Roberts.
Going to be
Interception.
intercepted.
The quarterback and the safety, Roberts, atoning for his own interception, picks off Baker.
Sort of like a punt in a way, because now Edgewood's also backed up inside the 5-yard line. They got to be careful with the ball. A turnover here could be disastrous.
Yeah, we still got it over 8.5 minutes to go, and Edgewood's going to be starting. Looks like about their own 1-yard line.
Baker underthrew the ball terribly on that because the receiver was open, and Roberts made a great athletic play for the Warriors. The ball's going to be on the 2-yard line. Edgewood's going to try to grind it out here, I'm sure.
Nothing fancy, straight up the middle.
Close to a safety. I don't know. He's right near the goal line, but they're not going to give it to him. That was Dascoli on the carry, and he's very close to the goal line.
I don't think Roberts will be getting rid of the ball on this play. What do you think?
I'll tell you what. It's going to be 2nd and 12 down by the...
He's got to take that snap and follow his big center.
Yeah. Let's see if Roberts throws here. We'll see.
Almost 12 to go for the first down.
Oh, that's going to be close to a safety. And it's going to be a safety. And Jefferson does a nice job.
Can't understand. You got the ball on the 1-yard line, and you hand it off 7 yards into the backfield, and ask your running back to get back to the line of scrimmage when the Falcons are just swarming down there.
That was Mark Wood on the carry, number 26, I believe, for the Warriors. And that's going to make the ball game now. Edgewood 17. Jefferson 16 with 7:57 to go in the ball game, and things are really getting interesting here at Corlew Stadium.
Jefferson's going to end up with good field position too. On the high school rules, the Warriors will punt the ball from the 20-yard line. Falcons should come out of this with pretty good field position, down 1 point.
And maybe field goal kicking may come into play now.
I'll tell you what, we got 2 good kickers. Very well could.
And Jefferson's going to go to their money player, number 22, Ola, here.
Ola back deep as well as number 7, Zach Dennis, and number 4, Matt Mahokey.
Remember,
Sean Dunn will do the kicking here.
Remember, Ola broke a big kickoff for a touchdown last week against the Braves. He's capable of doing that again. Edgewood needs to stay in their lanes and contain here. High punt by Sean Dunn. Nice job. Ola going to take it to the 35. Straight up the middle to the 45. He's at the 50. He's going outside to the 45, the 40. He's breaking out of the pack. He could go.
Nice tackle there by the punter. The safety man ended up corralling him from behind.
Dustin Ola, number 22, got shot out of a cannon, headed straight up the middle, the left sidelines. And if it wasn't for Sean Dunn, he scores a touchdown, and Jefferson takes the lead. But they have excellent field position now inside the Warrior 30-yard line, about the 26. 1st and 10. We have a lot of time left. Just a great ball game.
Ola with about a 40-yard return there.
Look for Ola to carry the load here. Baker going to give to him on the right side. He's running hard. Oh, ball comes loose. Let's see who picks it up. I think Jefferson got it. And you know Ola's a little tired after that big, long kick return. And they did recover, and that's a big play for the Falcons here as the clock continues to wind down. They actually gained 3 yards on the play. Edgewood's got to be careful now because Jefferson's shown the ability to have a lot of deception, a lot of trick plays. And you got to be careful now if you're the Warrior defense. We're going to get a timeout.
Falcons are going to call a timeout.
And that's Jefferson with 7 minutes and 11 seconds to go in the ball game. We have a 1-point game, 17-16. And let's see if Edgewood's defense can suck it up here once again.
Somebody for the Warriors has got to step up and make a play to try to stop this momentum that the Falcons have gotten here.
That's the 3rd time Ola has fumbled tonight, but
Falcons have been able to fall on all 3 of them.
and that means the ball is bouncing Jefferson's way tonight. Let's see if that continues. Our stat guru, George Dragon, informed us about the fumbles. George does a nice job for us here in the Kent State Educational Channel. It's going to be 2nd and 7 for the Falcons. You know, Dragon sells signs over at Chiconia Electric. If you ever need a sign, send somebody his way.
He works. You selling advertising for him or what?
You got to take care of Big Daddy. Jefferson got a man wide open inside about the 10-yard line to the 5. That's Ola again. And boy, he's stepping up his game. Wow. Baker made a nice pass. Ola was wide open. And Edgewood's got him. They got to know where number 22 is. It's going to be down to the 6-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Falcons. Big play there on 2nd and 7. Let's see if Jefferson can capitalize. Ola deep at the tailback. Look for him to get the ball here. Long count. Here's Ola. Lemire leading the way. Ola's going to walk into the end zone for the Jefferson touchdown. And Tom Lemire, number 36, the fullback, led the way, and he was untouched.
Yeah, Falcons are going to go up by 5 here. Good opportunity for a 2-point conversion. Try to extend that lead to 7.
Definitely have to go for 2 here, Brad. You're right on that call. With 6 minutes and 44 seconds left, Dustin Ola again comes up big for the Falcons. And I'm going to tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. Dustin Ola is one heck of a football player. We saw him last week against the Bray, and he is just as good as advertised. Now, what do you do here? Do you go back to Ola, or do you roll Baker out and try that little swing pass?
Looks like they're going to put the ball on the left hash, which to me would indicate that they're going to try some kind of rollout to the right side here, or get the ball into Ola's hands some way. But definitely going to utilize a wide side of the field, I would think.
Here comes Baker rolling right. Looks like he might try to run it in. I don't think he's going to get there.
Now he's going to be stopped short.
26, Mark Wood stopped that 2-point conversion for the Warriors. So the Falcons answer and take the lead 22-17 with 6 minutes and 44 seconds to go in the game. And now there's a lot of time left, but that safety is going to turn out to be a big play in this game, it looks like so far.
That forces Edgewood to need a touchdown here to take the lead. Field goal does you no good.
There's a lot of time left on the clock with 6 minutes and 44 seconds. And what's the key for Edgewood now to stay calm?
That's exactly the key. They need to stay calm. It's, you know, they got almost 7 minutes to go. They don't need to panic. They've been successful moving the ball here in the second half a little bit with Dascola. They got to get the passing game back on track. I think with Roberts, you got to be able to keep the Falcons off balance a little bit. Got to be able to hit the pass so they can't just pack it in there and key on the runs. Baker doing the kicking duties. Quarterback tonight. He's got 172 yards passing with the 2 touchdowns. He's 12 of 23. Ola, Mr. Everything, 11 carries for 52 yards and a touchdown and 5 catches for 113 yards as well.
Here comes the kick. Almost a knee down again by McLeod, I believe that is.
Number 28, Brian McLeod.
He's up to about the 37-yard line. So the stage again is set here with 6 minutes and 38 seconds to go to ball game. Up 5, 22-17. Edgewood's going to get the ball in pretty good field position here. They need a drive. They need a big drive of over 65 yards.
About 63 yards.
62 yards to take the lead in this ball game, and they do have a lot of time. Roberts going to come out, run a little option. Here's the pitch relationship. It's going to be stopped for a loss.
That's a tough play to run to the short side of the field over there.
Roberts had a seam there, and he had a lane, and probably would have been better if he just would have turned upfield and got 3 or 4 yards. But he pitched, kind of hesitated a little bit there, and
gave the defender time to turn and react.
He's not going to gain anything. It's going to be 2nd down and 10. I think you got to throw the ball here if you're Edgewood. I think you got to go for broke a little bit.
Back in the I formation. Done in motion.
All right, looking for 17. Oh, and again it dropped. Threw it behind him a little bit.
A little bit behind him, but Kyle Evans got to come up with that ball.
You got to catch that, though. You got to stop and make that catch, like old Brian Brennan used to do for the Browns. He was a possession receiver. He'd do whatever he had to do to make that catch and get that first down.
You can run with it all you want after you catch it, but if you don't catch it, you can't run nowhere.
Because if he catches the ball, it's going to probably be close to a first down there. Now you're faced with a 3rd and 12. This could be the play of the game so far. Dascoli and Ott both check out of the game. Edgewood with that one-back offense. One back. There's the fumble. Roberts is going to get it. But I'll tell you what, a lot of confusion here by the Edgewood Warriors. They're a little bit shell-shocked here. And the punting team's going to have to come in a very disappointing drive for the Edgewood Warriors. And let's give credit to Jefferson here.
Jefferson has pretty much taken this game over and forced the momentum swing and lead the game 22-17 with 5.5 minutes to go, and looks like they're going to get the ball back again.
Mahokey and Ola back deep. Dunn's going to kick. Dunn averaged close to 45 yards and 4 punts last week. Good snap. High kick. A little bit short. Jefferson's got to get out of the way. Takes an Edgewood roll. Down to about the 33-yard line. It's going to be 1st and 10 Jefferson. And they're in the driver's seat here with 5 minutes and 7 seconds to go. They're up 5. 22-17 in the ball game. We're the Kent State Educational Channel. I'm Joe Pete with Brad Petro. We're at beautiful, beautiful Corlew Stadium. And a beautiful fall evening for a high school Northeastern Conference matchup between 2 pretty good schools, Edgewood and Jefferson. And remember, tonight's band show will be showed in its entirety. The Jefferson and Ed both do outstanding jobs at the end of the game. We'll get that on at the end of the game. Both bands. Well, it's put up or shut up for the Warriors. Long count there. Ola going to be stopped in the backfield.
Number 66, Brandon Porter.
Number 22, Dustin Ola, the ball carrier. Brandon Porter and Mark Wood on the stop.
Wood also on the stop for the Warriors.
You got to believe if you're the Falcon, if you're the Warriors, you're going to get a heavy dose of Mr. Ola and Mr. Lemire here.
You're absolutely correct on that.
Falcons just want to keep the clock running. The clock is their friend now.
Edgewood needs the key on Ola, number 22. You got to watch for that screen, that swing pass they like to do. The guy's got 100 yards receiving tonight for a tailback. That's outstanding in high school ball. Give credit again to the Jefferson coaching staff. Baker going to be hit in the backfield by Dascoli. There's Sheneman, and a big, big loss.
I'll tell you what, Rob Dascoli almost took that handoff from quarterback Matt Baker. That's how fast he was in the backfield.
Big, big loss for the Falcons there. And you talked about it, Brad. They're getting a little too conservative there, I think. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and long.
3rd down and about 16.
Very long.
Got to get out to about the 43-yard line.
Jefferson looks like they're confused out there. They might get a timeout here. Probably going to let the clock run down. Then call the timeout. Well, you know, Ola, the tailback, he's the punter. So you might see a quick kick here. And that was a good move by the Falcons. They let the clock run down as far as they possibly could before they got that delayed game penalty. And I like that field presence there by Baker. So the 3 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the ball game. 3rd and 16 for the Falcons at their own 27-yard line. And Jefferson's got to be careful. They don't turn the ball over. They've been lucky so far tonight. Yeah, they, like we mentioned earlier, Ola Alone's dropped the ball 3 times. They've been able to recover it. They did have the one interception down there. Roberts picked it off at the goal line, but fortunately for the Falcons, it led to a safety, which got them right back into the game, and they got the good field position after the 40-yard punt return by Ola. But you got 3:30 left here. You got a 3rd down and 16, and the Falcons aren't going to do nothing crazy. They're going to keep the ball on the ground here, and force either Edgewood to call a timeout, or they're going to let another minute run off the clock before they punt the ball. Do they dare try that quick kick in this situation?
There's no reason to. If you quick kick it now, you give the ball back to Edgewood right now with 3.5 to go. If you run a dive play up the middle, you can run another 30, 40 seconds off the clock. You punt it. But I've been wrong before. That's why I'm up here.
Well, we're going to see. We're going to see real quick. Ola is back deep again.
2 tight ends.
3rd and 16. Look for Ola here, one way or the other. A little trickery again. There's number 11, a lift. He's going on the outside. And he's got a big gain. But he's out of bounds.
Kevin Sable drove him out of bounds, and that's one thing that number 11, Ryan Aliff, another sophomore playing for the Falcons, is going to learn in the next couple years. When you got the ball and you're trying to run the clock out, you got to stay in bounds, son.
Yeah, poor decision there by Aliff. That pretty much gives Edgewood 25 more seconds to come down here. Ola going back deep in punting formation. Good snap, high kick. Got to catch that ball. Again, you got to catch that ball. Wow. Josh Roberts just gave them about 10 yards on that play. You got to get up there and fair catch that. Coach Jim Mackey's coached that over the years. Coached me in high school. He used to tell all of our returners that, and it's just, sometimes you just don't do it.
Referees were having a little conference there. I believe the line judge thought it may have hit a Falcon on the way down again. The way things are going tonight is possible, but so now the stage is set. 3:11 to go. Edgewood down 22-17. They're going to start this drive on their own 27-yard line.
3 minutes and 11 seconds to go.
73 yards away from Hayter.
And you're going to come out throwing now if you're the Warriors. Robert straight back, that little quick pass overthrew his man wide open. That's Kyle Evans, number 17, and there's no reason to hurry that play. You got to step back, take your time, and lay it right in there, and you can get 7 yards. Who knows what happens after the catch?
The only reason to hurry it is when the Falcons bring a couple linebackers up into your face. But now, Edgewood's had some success tonight throwing that slant, and Roberts has put the ball right where they need to be, and a couple times it's been dropped, been completed a couple times. I think it's time to go back to something like that.
Let's see where number 7, Kevin Sable, lines up here, and let's watch him on this play. 2nd and 10. There's that quick little, that's 13. Scardino. And not much there. Falcons do a nice job. That's for Matt Mahokey. Let's see what the flag is. That's a face mask on the Falcon. That's going to help out the Warriors situation here as they gain very little on that play.
It's going to be the 5-yard version, but it's still going to
give them the down. And that's big. It's going to make it, I believe that's going to make it 2nd and 5.
That's,
they're unsure now. It's going to be 2nd down and 5. It was not a dead ball. It's got to be 2nd down. And we're ready to go now with 3 minutes to go in the game. Edgewood in the I formation. Roberts going to roll right. He's going to take off and run with it. Carrying that ball loose.
Going to have enough for the 1st down.
Good play by Josh Roberts. Good decision making there. Nobody was open, so he decided to tuck it under and run. And the clock stops.
Got a Falcon down. Looks like number 80 possibly, Chris Walter.
And Edgewood's going to pick up that key 1st down. And they're almost to the 40, their own 40-yard line with 2:48 to go. So got a long ways to go yet. 60 yards. They got 2 minutes and 48 seconds to go. They need a couple big plays here. And I think, again, we talked about it. Kevin Sable's a playmaker for this ball club, and I think you got to go with your best players in a situation like this.
Yeah, they do. You know, you got 2 minutes, 48 seconds left. That's a long time in a football game. I believe the Warriors got 2 timeouts left. You know, there's no need to panic. There's no need to hurry. I believe Mr. Walters down on the field there. Reports we're getting from our sideline reporter as the wind knocked out of him.
Our sideline reporter tonight is Mark Orlando. And it's a beautiful fall night here at Corlew Stadium. And Brad, you brought your jacket, but you don't have it on.
If I could get this headset off for 5 minutes, I'd put it on. Had it on earlier, and our cameraman and guru Frank Vaccarell finally came up shooting with some
T-shirts,
some shirts for us.
Nice shirts too, boy. Hope that didn't kill his budget. Okay, Warriors 1st and 10. They're going to run the ball here. Big hole. That's McLeod going to the 45-yard line, and Edgewood needs to hurry it up here with 2 minutes and 40 seconds to go. Big play. Gain of about 6.5 for the Warriors.
No reason to panic. A lot of time.
A lot of time, and they're moving the football, and Jefferson needs one of their guys to step up and make a play here. We could have a fantastic finish tonight. Edgewood, 2nd and 3 at the 45-yard line. In the I formation. That's going to be stopped. Wow.
Timeout. Warriors need to get a timeout. This is a big 3rd down play here.
That was number 50, Nick Aliff. And he stopped Rob Dascoli deep in the backfield, and they're going to lose a couple yards on that play. And now we're going to have a big 3rd and 5 here. And Edgewood's definitely in 4-down territory. Maybe they'll go back to that slant pass that has been successful a couple times there in the 1st half.
I think you got to look to something like that, or I'm a big believer. You get the quarterback, especially Josh Roberts. He's got a lot of speed. Get the quarterback outside, let him roll. If he makes a decision, let him turn it up and run. You get the 1st down, you get a new set of downs. Very capable of rolling out and throwing the ball in the run and completing a pass that way, or he elects to do. And if the run is there, it's a very good weapon to use.
Roberts, the senior, has been in these kind of situations in his career. Been a big-time 3-year starter for the Warriors. Excellent basketball player also for the Warrior basketball team. They're in split backs, 3rd and 5. Roberts going to go straight back to pass. There's that quick hitter to Sable, and he's got the 1st down. Good call by Coach John Ashbaugh, the Edgewood Warriors. The ball's to the
chips are on the line, you got to go to your money men.
Exactly.
Josh Roberts to Kevin Sable.
And I'd go to them again and again and again until they stop it. And the clock, referees are going to set the ball, and it's going to be close to 2 minutes to go in the game. Ball's to 50-yard line for the Warriors. Here comes Roberts, going to sprint. Got the hole outside to run. Going to pass wide open to Sean Dunn, number 9. Cuts back. He's almost to the 30-yard line. 1st and 10, Warriors.
So you Dunn had the sideline there. May have been more advised to get out of bounds and sacrifice maybe the 3 or 4 extra yards that he did pick up to save the time on the clock there. But excellent reception, excellent pass, excellent gain for the Warriors.
Plenty of time left for Edgewood here with 1 minute and 44 seconds to go. They're knocking on the door. Roberts looks to be changing the play at the line of scrimmage. Going to run the big fullback. There's a big hole up the middle. Oh, Rob Dascoli was about one guy away from going the distance with that.
Somebody got an arm or a leg or something out there and tripped them up.
Got about 6 yards.
1:24 to go.
Edgewood with that hurry up. Roberts going straight back. Going to throw. Kyle Evans, no good. And it's third down. 3rd down and 5 now.
Another big play.
And again, we talked about Josh Roberts rolling out, and I think you definitely do that here with the runner pass option.
And you got 1:18 left. You do have one timeout. You're on the 25-yard line. You need, you need 5 yards. Again, you got to look for your money men. Number 7.
Here we go. 3rd and 5. Big play for the Warriors. Roberts straight back. Quick hitter. No good. Scardino, no good. And that's going to bring up a big 4th and 4 here for the Warriors with 1 minute and 14 seconds to go. And
Roberts 12 of 28 so far in the evening for 146 yards, and this may be the biggest attempt coming up here.
Jefferson up 5, 22-17 with 1 minute and 14 to go. It's 4th and 4 for the Warriors. Play of the game right here, ladies and gentlemen. Roberts looking for that screen. Oh, got a man, but it's going to be deflected out there by number 89. I'll tell you what, Rob Dascoli was in the flat. He was wide open.
It's going to be knocked down by Alec Raby.
And then Rabe stepped up and made a play. And a sophomore.
Another sophomore for the Falcons.
Most likely the play of the game.
Minute 10. 22-17. Edgewood has one timeout left.
And it looks like Jefferson's just going to be able to run out the clock here. As long as they don't fumble.
All you got to do is get the snap.
Ola way back. Baker going to come up to the line.
12-yard line. Quarterback takes the snap and takes a knee.
That's what he does. Edgewood immediately uses their last timeout. So we got 1 minute and 6 seconds left, and really all they have to do is fall on the ball here. 2nd down, 3rd down. And Edgewood's going to be blitzing everybody up the middle to try to cause that turnover. And, you know, stranger things have happened. You never know. It ain't over till it's over.
Especially tonight.
Well, tonight you got to give both quarterbacks credit. Matt Baker's really stepped up and had a real nice ball game for the Falcons. He's really made some plays when he's had to. And again, what can you say about Josh Roberts? I mean, that last play was very close to go for a touchdown.
Yeah.
If Ray doesn't step in there and swat that ball away, Dascoli's in the flat all by himself. And give Ashbaugh credit there. Great call. Just guy made a play. And that's what it's all about, making plays. Let's see if anyone can make one for Edgewood here. With 1 minute 6 seconds left to go in the ball game. Jefferson up 5 with the ball on their own 25-yard line. And they're trying to run out the clock. And that's what Baker, nobody's even tackling him. Wow.
Baker just scooting around back there a little bit, take some more time off the clock.
And the clock continues to run here.
Going to bring up 3rd down.
Gentlemen, as you're exiting Corlew Stadium, we ask that you please stay off the playing field. Thank you.
What can you say about Dustin Ola, number 22 tonight?
Did a little bit of everything. Return punts, return kicks, rushing the ball, receiving the ball, playing defense, had a couple nice big hits.
30 seconds to go in the ball game. Edgewood cannot stop the clock. Baker taking a knee. He keeps going backwards. 20 seconds to go, and that's going to do it. That clock's going to run out, and there's nothing Edgewood can do. And just a great ball game here tonight as the Jefferson Falcons begin to celebrate.
It's going to be the Falcons' first victory of the season.
Let's see if Coach Jason Root gets a ride from his players off the field. I'll tell you what, you got to give credit to Jefferson tonight. They did exactly what they had to do to get it done. They made some plays. Our final score here at Corlew Stadium tonight, 22, Jefferson. Edgewood 17, and give both teams credit here tonight. This is a well-played football game by both schools, and you know the ball just seemed to keep bouncing Jefferson's way tonight.
Yeah, both teams made their share of mistakes and showed somewhat of their inexperience with the fumbles and the penalties and the drop passes. But when it came down to it, Jefferson made the plays when they needed to make them, offensively and defensively. And in the end, that was the story of the game.
And we'll be right back with our recap, and hopefully we'll get a chance to talk to head coach Jason Root of the Jefferson Falcons here tonight. We're back here at Corlew Stadium. Tonight's final score, Jefferson 22, Edgewood 17. Let's do a recap of tonight's final statistics.
Let's do the game stats first for the Warriors. Josh Roberts finished 12 of 29 for 146 yards and the one interception. Running back Steve Ott, 13 carries for 32 yards, tacked on 2 catches for 5 yards. The workhorse tonight was Rob Dascoli, 17 carries for 84 yards and a touchdown and 2 catches for 8 yards. Kevin Sable, the tight end, 3 catches for 29 yards, and Sean Dunn, 3 catches for 57 yards as well. For the Falcons, Matt Nice Evening, 12 of 23, 172 yards and 2 touchdown passes, the 1 interception. The running back Dustin Ola, 13 carries for 47 yards and a touchdown, 5 receptions for 113 yards. Running back Tom Lemire had 9 carries for 36 yards. Wide receiver Zach Dennis, 2 catches for 27 yards and a touchdown. And wide receiver Ryan Aliff, 1 catch for 15 yards and a touchdown. To go over the scoring recap. In the first quarter, with 7:41 to go, Edgewood got on the board first. Jeff Scardino recovered a fumble by Rob Dascoli. The kick was good to make it 7-0. Edgewood then tacked on a 30-yard field goal by Jonas Morzak to make it Edgewood 10, Jefferson nothing. Jefferson got on the board with 1:02 to go in the first half on an 11-yard touchdown pass from Baker to Baker. In the third quarter, Jefferson with 2:46, a 15-yard touchdown pass from Baker to Ryan Aliff. Edgewood responds with a 5-yard touchdown run by Rob Dascoli. The extra point is good. Jefferson had all the scoring from then on in. The safety was 7:57 to go. Tackle in the end zone by Woods. With 6:48 to go, the 6-yard touchdown run by Olaf. The 2-point conversion failed, which gave us our final score of Jefferson 22, Edgewood 17.
And we're waiting for Coach Jason Root to come up to the press box. And he's coming up now, carrying his Hoadley trophy, and he's got to be excited young man tonight. And we're waiting for him to take the headphones. Bring that cup right up here. Let's take a look at that thing. Coach Root, congratulations on a great victory tonight. Your first career win at Jefferson. You got to be excited right now.
Absolutely. I'm so excited. I don't have a voice. My glasses got busted, and it's great to get that first one.
Your quarterback, Matt Baker, he really stepped up tonight. He had a fine game. Talk about that a little bit.
He second half last week, he kind of got down on himself a little bit, but he worked hard this week in practice. He came back and did an excellent job tonight.
Your kids were relentless. Your young players really stepped up their game. Dennis, Alif, your sophomores, your future's bright. Talk about the contributions they had tonight for the Falcons.
We've been expecting our sophomores to contribute in a major way all year long, and they finally did tonight. And it's great for the future, but it's also great for the present as well.
And I'll tell you what, number 22, Ola, I mean, this guy does it all out there. What can you say about this kid? Just a fantastic football player.
Fantastic kid off the field. He's the man. He's the man in the ball game. We know, and he knows that everybody's keying on him, and he still breaks those tackles.
And Dustin had over 100 yards receiving. He had a touchdown. He had 50 yards rushing. Played a great game, and you had him a little bit at linebacker, a little bit at defensive back. Really impressed with Dustin Ola tonight.
Yes, excellent job. His interception was one of the big plays of the game.
It sure was, and I'll tell you what, Coach, your play calling was very, very impressive. Not sure if you were doing the play calling or not.
I have to give credit to Rick Havens for that. He's the offensive coordinator. I do the defense.
And you really, your play calling was excellent. You really kept them off balance, and you had a couple critical calls on a swing pass and a screen pass. Your offense was very diversified tonight, wasn't it?
Yes, it was, and I'm also happy the way our fake punt worked out as well.
Right, we saw that coming, and you caught Edgewood off guard. But, your defense, Coach, last week against the Bray, you gave up 386 yards of rushing, and you worked on that. That was a big concern of yours, talking to you this week, and you made some adjustments on the defensive side of the ball, and your guys came up big tonight, didn't they? Your defense, you're happy with your defense.
Absolutely. Our defense won the game tonight. We gave up 48 points a game the first 3 games, and they came out and they played their hearts out. Everybody that was in there.
And Jefferson first NEC win, Coach Root's first win. Next week you got Geneva. You got a little bit of time to celebrate, but you got to get ready for Geneva next week, and that's not going to be an easy game, is it?
No, it's not. It's always a big rivalry when Jefferson plays Geneva, and I know they'll be ready to play, but so will we.
And Jefferson, again, winner of the Hoadley Cup, and congratulations to first-year coach Jason Root on behalf of the Kent State Educational Channel, and continued success this year to you.
Thank you very much.
And I'm Joe Pete. I want to thank Brad Petro, my color commentator, Frank Vaccarello, our cameraman and public relations guru, George Dragon, our stat man, Mark Orlando, our on-the-field play coordinator. And everyone remember that you can also see this game at 7 o'clock on Sunday, and the band shows between Jefferson and Edgewood bands will both be shown in their entirety after the game, and they did a good job of getting that to us tonight. And our heart and our prayers are with everyone in Washington, D.C. and in New York. And again, I said earlier, I think our country is going to be better once this is all over with, and our prayers, and everyone goes out to all those people involved in their families. And everyone have a good evening, and we'll see you next week at Lakeside, and we're going to have a good game there, and we'll see you later, and everybody have a good night.